Check. Happy Friday, everybody. Friendly Friday, the friendliest Friday in all of the land. It's great to be back with you guys. I have barely slept, and I think it shows. So I apologize that you have to look at me today. I'll try and play as many videos as I can to distract from my face, and maybe you can just deal with my voice. Let me reframe this camera a little bit. Is that the wrong way? There. Boom. And then we're going to move it. All right, that's better. Hey, everybody. If you didn't stay up with us late last night, maybe congratulations. I don't know. The feedback that I have gotten about last night's event, not from you guys, but from white nationalists, it has me dying. Like, it's fucking hilarious. What they're mostly upset about is that it was boring. They were upset that nobody on their side of the aisle has an argument against universal health care. And so they're very upset about that. I don't know if Tex is here. He messaged me on Facebook and said, nice topic. That was boring. It didn't go exactly how I thought. I actually thought I would have like a longer opening statement. I just didn't. I never understand what the fuck Sarah's doing over there. I might just be bad at like taking instruction, because I read what I thought we were doing, and it didn't work that way. But yeah, too many facts and numbers. I did see. I just looked when I went live, so it shows me on my end when I like who new subscribers are. It just pulls up in my mini feed on Streamlabs, and that guy that I was talking to at the end, Dusty, who's like told me he did the math, and then I was like, all right, what math did you do? And he's like, I'm not telling you. You tell me what the math is. He subscribed, so maybe we'll have him. Maybe we'll have him here. Amanda, thank you for being a member for 5 months. She said, good morning, Peepaw and RTP fam. It's good to see it. Yeah, real actual politics are boring, and thank God we have Trump. I saw this picture over here on Twitter. If you guys don't know the story behind this, we covered it yesterday. This is just, I guess Trump and Epstein were caught on the kiss cam at that Coldplay concert too. Yeah, I hear you on that too. Who said that? That was Amy Lynn. Amy Lynn, thank you first of all for staying up all night and for your constant support. You are very much appreciated. I think it's just like a difficult part of doing this job sometimes, is that if I want to have debates, and if I want to actually lay things out, and I don't want to go like, if I am not going to do it on my channel, like it is interesting. Like, it is interesting to just go over there and have so many slurs being dropped. It's one of those things, man. I feel like some people just they are intellectually incurious, and what they mostly want is some sort of reaction. And so I've kind of just decided that when I'm somewhere else, the best thing I can do is not react to it, not laugh at it, not pretend that it's funny, and just, maybe let people be uncomfortable when they drop a joke that doesn't work. I think that's the main thing. Because if you get mad at them, that's kind of what they're looking for. They want to be able to call you like a soft lib because you get offended by language, and that's maybe fair. I just think it shows a lot about people's intellectual curiosity and like intellectual range. The woof woof guy, yeah. How about Duck? How about that fucking psycho? That guy was absolutely insane. He was so nice, and then all of a sudden he freaked the fuck out because he's like, I don't know if you guys caught the end of that. He got so upset. He's like, I don't believe that you care about this. And therefore, I'm going to reject all of your facts and figures until I can trust that you care about this and it's not just like grandstanding. Which, one, I think is a weird thing anyways. Like, who cares if I'm grandstanding or not? Who cares if I care about it or not? Are the numbers right? Am I making a compelling argument or not? That's what the debate is about. But secondly, like, if anybody has followed this channel from the very beginning, like the thing that I care most about, policy-wise, And the number one issue for me is always universal health care. It always has been. Hey, what's up, Jen?
Yeah. Well, maybe he just needed some quackers if he was upset. Maybe he was hungry.
That's good, Jen. You knew what I needed right then.
I came up with that on my own. That wasn't on my list.
That was good.
So,
let me read a couple of these real quick. Eric said, I wanted to be first to start this. Happy Friday and good to see you and Jen. Thank you, Eric. Sam said, Trump didn't write the pictures on the birthday letter to Epstein. The senility is real. Frankie, thanks for joining the Dollar Train as well. How about it, Jen? Take it away. Take as much time as you need.
Yeah, you're
my voice.
Thanks for keeping everybody up super late and not replying to anybody, all that fun stuff.
You got it. One thing you may not know is that at the end of it, because you had already shut down the stream on your end, I forgot to shut it down for like 20 minutes.
I think I saw that, and I think I saw it like after I had gone in bed. I'm like, I could get up and go check, but I just didn't.
Yeah.
Because I could have turned it off that way, and I just decided against it. So, but Jumar sent a Venmo, and he said that he did the math, and 2 + 2 = ice cream.
Oh, shit.
Now what, Hat Boy? So,
I guess I lose. I guess we're not doing universal health care.
Yeah, so that's how it goes. But yeah, I mean, it's fun. Like Jay's when Jay's doing these debates, there's the odds of being able to get his attention so he sees you is 3% non-existent.
The funny thing is, too, I have my phone propped up like in front of me, so I'll see messages, and then I'll see a message come through, and I'm like, oh, as soon as I'm done talking, and then I just. But the problem is, I'm never done talking. That's the problem.
No, you never shut up. That's.
What do we do? Is this the roast? Are we starting the roast early on Friendly Friday today?
I mean, it was. I was a little cranky. I was a little
Jen just
tired.
needs to get it out. Get it. All right, that's fair.
I'm not gonna lie. I was a little annoyed. It was getting late.
Sorry. Very sorry.
So, and you aren't replying to me. So yes, I'm just bitching a little bit.
That's fair.
So,
and for everybody
honest,
here, I'm very sorry.
You're here today. I'm surprised the show is a thing today.
Yeah.
So there's
same. But the problem is I wake up when the sun comes up. So I can't even sleep in anyway. So I woke up this morning thinking I'm going to text Jen and not do this. And then I was like, well, fuck, I'm going to be awake anyway. So here we are.
Yeah, no, I wasn't sure if you were gonna be here today, but I mean,
boom.
Here we are.
It's like I never left.
You pretended to send me the outline.
No, I have a screenshot. Wait a minute.
I have a screenshot too. It came in on my email at 8:52 and 9:03.
And I sent you that picture, just so you guys know. You said 8:52 and 9:03.
Mm-hmm.
All right. There's a screenshot. You can see there in the bottom that that's Jen's username. It has access. And this picture that I sent you was at 8:41. So I blame who owns Google now? Whoever owns Google, I blame them.
Did you actually hit the share to email? Because sometimes if you don't hit the send to share to email, it doesn't go through.
Well, but it says you have access to it. I don't know.
But if I don't have the link to the file. Okay. Anyways, it's not important. It's fine. Everything's fine. All right. So we started off with
fine.
Everything's fine. Fine. Everything is fine. So I already started with the peer pressure for the gift goal. So I did put it in the chat that we're kicking off the gift goal. The gift goal is open. No pressure, just some expectations. So it is Friendly Friday. So we typically at the last hour of the show try to bring up some friends. So the sooner we can hit that gift goal, the sooner we can do Friendly Friday. So there's that.
Bingo.
If you haven't subscribed, on Twitch, you can use an Amazon Prime sub or a regular sub if you want to do it with your own money. If you don't want to use bases on YouTube, just regular subscription is fine. But if you'd like to do member-only events, you want to be a paid member, which we have 4 different memberships for that. I don't know if I'm trying to see if it looks like some of the incels are awake. So if you guys
Good morning, incels. Sorry you didn't get late again.
Yeah, so if you guys see something that or listen to something that you don't agree with, you can actually come and talk to them. And how do you do that? If you look at Venmo, Jen, JENN, Dub, DUBB, the number 1. That is my Discord username. And you can DM me on Discord and I can bring you up to talk to Jay in real time. Check out our link tree. We're on most social media platforms. We've got merch. Jay's on Cameo, and we post these episodes up on Spotify if you like to watch them that way. So there's all of that. So yeah, let's knock out that gift goal, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, Super Chats. I thought about going on an all almond diet.
An all almond diet?
Mm-hmm.
That'd be nuts.
But that's just totally nuts.
I got it. Yes, take that. Mm-hmm. Brain's still cooking. All right.
I mean, it might be fried, but yeah, it's cooking.
All right. Thank you, Jen. James, a couple of answers to your questions. I appreciate you asking questions about universal health care while you're here. You asked, does anybody in the world, do any other countries that have universal health care have 335 million people? Not that exact number, but China has like 1.3 billion people, and they have universal health care. It seems to work pretty good over there. So, yes. And when you said by your math, it would be $35 trillion over 10 years. What does that equal to? $3.5 trillion a year. I don't know if that math is correct. I don't know where you're basing that math off of. But if you look at Medicare for All, one of the great things about Medicare for All is that in Bernie Sanders' plan, he pays for it through a series of taxes. I can give you just like a couple of examples. The income-based premium is 2.2%. So that would raise $225 billion in revenue a year. Changing the estate tax and dropping that number to 3.5 million brings in $35 billion. There is what, 257, almost $1 trillion in just three of the taxes. You also have the how much I can figure this out. Like how much would a speculative tax, let's see, 1% tax on speculation, 1%. God damn. Pull that number up for you, James. Enjoy the silence. Sarah's here. Hello. Hey, Sarah, if you're here, good to see you. Sorry, it's going to take a minute for that to pull up. Sarah said, enjoyed having you on last night. Define, fuck you, Sarah. How about that? I'm not defining any more of your words. James, I can get you the numbers though. If you go to Bernie Sanders Medicare for All plan, you can pull the numbers yourself. But even just a 0.5% is 220. So that would raise about $500 billion a year with a 1% speculation tax, half a percent plus 0.1 on bonds, 0.005 on derivatives, and then a 0.1 FTT would be around $1 trillion over those 10 years. So yeah, like eventually, like it does pay for itself. You can go run those numbers yourselves, James. The thing I mostly want to point out is that the objections to every objection to Medicare for All also applies to private healthcare. And in all those instances, not only does it apply to private healthcare, but private healthcare gives you worse outcomes and it's more expensive. I said this before, before the panel got big, like every time I've had this conversation, and you guys all know, everybody that I've ever had this conversation with, they're always Republicans. I've never once had anybody at the end of that conversation have a real argument against it, because there isn't a good argument against it other than socialism bad. Like the only opposition to this, even with James, is just that like this is a liberal idea, therefore it is bad. And I'll keep asking like the same question over and over and over again. If there are better options, if our options are better, then why is every country in the world not doing what we're doing? It's silly. By the end of the show, it's basically like, well, we can't do this because then pharmaceutical companies might make less money. Like that's where we were at. Which is better, James? We should have single payer. I agree. That's what I'm advocating for, James, is single payer. I love that. Maybe we're on the same page. Single payer, Medicare for All is single payer. I love that. Maybe we're on the same page there. But at the end of that, it was kind of funny when it was like, but what about Big Pharma? Why can't we get Big Pharma? Why we can't take money from Big Pharma? I think we will have Medicare for all at some point in the near future. I think it's too popular of an idea now at this point. There's enough public pressure for it. There's enough public advocacy for it. It matters that influential people are having Bernie Sanders on to explain this. So that stuff does matter. But relying on the rich to pay $4 trillion a year isn't going to happen. Well, it doesn't rely on the rich, James. I've already covered this, but it does rely a lot on the rich who are not paying their fair share of taxes. Oh, no. And for the record, I appreciate those of you who welcomed Sarah into our chat today. Can we just do this? Can we just not, like, for 1 second, pretend that like human beings can be human beings? Sarah is building a channel. Sarah has different views than a lot of us do, and it helps her channel to have opposition. Can we please just understand that me going on the Raging Tomato has nothing to do with either Sarah or myself trying to like crush on each other? Can we just be adults here for a second? Let's not do that. We can welcome people. We can talk shit, but this is about debating. So let's not start weird rumors about that, because I don't want to ever have to address that publicly, and I don't want people to think that's what this is. I don't think that's fair to me, and I don't think that that's fair to Sarah. I think that both of us are just like, we're just doing something that we're trying to make a living at. So if we could, the rest of the time, we don't need to be adults. Was it you, Jackie, that said it? Was that you that said it? If you said it, you got attacked. Sorry, I still like you, Jackie. All right, I wanted to show this from Lincoln Project just because it makes me smile. And I one more time, shout out to Kendrick Lamar for making his this particular music and beat royalty free, so we can use it as often as we want. Who would have guessed? Who would have guessed how universally used Kendrick Lamar's "Not Like Us" would become?
Catch up on the room, that's what we know. Your story has more holes than your course in Mar-a-Lago. What's up with these lame excuses blaming Obama? Your whole party hates you, your hat, and your mama. How many names you got? What cat got your tongue? You forget your BFF Jack who likes him young. Cover your ass and hide the files that you took. Come on, Donnie boy, let's take a look. Can we take a peek in that little black book? Can't cover up a cover up. It really makes you think. Redact all you want, boy, you running out of ink. Say Trump, I hear you like I'm young. So did what? Cat got your tongue? You thought the story ended now?
You guys can't hear this?
That old Jeff's dead. Better pray a prison cell has a tan in bed. You know the best words, the best people, everything the best. So spill the tea on your besties from the lowly to express. Not the only politics with freak off miles. Certified cover up, certified Epstein files. Wop, 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 wop. Trump really sucks. Wop, 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 wop. I'ma do my stuff. You know Epstein was the plan's designer. Bet your Trump's in the files in bed with a minor. Trump not like us. 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 Trump not like us.
Shout out Lincoln Project. Well done. For a bunch of like boomer white dudes, they put out some good shit. James, you said again, appreciate you being here. You're asking good questions. James is good op. I like James. Trump is not actually pushing for more files to be released. He's pushing for the grand jury testimony to be released, which is only about Jeffrey Epstein and Maxwell. And so there's not going to be anything about Trump there. Trump is specifically targeting certain parts of this to be released. This is just like Watergate. Like this is every move he makes where he doesn't declassify everything, or when he keeps things hidden, it makes it worse for him. Everybody is suspicious. There's nobody at this point, even his most loyal followers, that aren't suspicious. Trump's he's got to do one of two things, like politically. He should release everything. But politically, you can't keep like saying, "Oh, this is gonna here it is, guys," and then you're like, "Yeah, that's not fucking it," and you're like, "Ah, you shouldn't even care about this," and then everybody's like, "Yeah, we still fucking care about this," and then he's like, "Oh, here's another little drip. Here's some information too." This is just like, I don't understand this strategy at all. Either Donald Trump is guilty and he's hiding shit, which is almost certain. It is almost certain that Donald Trump is hiding something, or that there's stuff in there that he knows will make him look bad. I don't know if that has to do with minors. I don't know what it has to do with, but there's clearly stuff in there that he doesn't want released. Otherwise, he would just release it. He keeps adding these qualifiers. He's like, oh, Pam Bondi will release everything that is pertinent. What was the word he used? I don't think he didn't say pertinent. Verifiable. That's what he said. Anything that's verifiable, I think. No, that wasn't even the word. What is the word he used? It's not verifiable. I keep using these words are too big for Trump. Does anybody remember the word he used? Shit, I don't remember the word he used. Anyways, every time he comes out, like it just gets worse and worse from him. And look, the media is playing the game too. This Wall Street Journal article, we can jump right into that. And then we'll go, I guess we can go back to other stuff after. But the Wall Street Journal article, which I just checked. Let me check one more time. I still don't think it has dropped. Let me go look at Wall Street Journal. Yeah, I still don't see it. I don't know that they've dropped that. So essentially what it is there Jeffrey Epstein, for his birthday, Maxwell decided to put together like a book, and it was letters written to him by his friends. Credible. That's right. Thank you, Marlene. Thank you. Appreciate it. Somebody else was edible. Marty said credible. Fuck you guys. The incredible edible egg. Do you guys remember that? All right. So Trump allegedly wrote a letter, and I can pull up the text from the letter here. It's fucking weird. I will admit, as somebody who I think that Trump is in this, and I think he does a lot of weird things. A lot of this stuff is weird. Like, I don't know. I don't know what people do in their personal life. It doesn't seem very Trumpian to me, if I'm just like first glance. But I also don't know why the Wall Street Journal would claim this if they don't have something to back it up. I don't think that the Wall Street Journal would be reaching out to the Trump team before they released this and give them a warning, because that's why we know about this, right? This has now been leaked. They reached out to Trump and they're like, we have this and we're going to release it. If they don't have this, that's going to look pretty fucking bad. If this isn't real, I will be blown away if the Wall Street Journal lied about this. This just doesn't seem like something they would lie about. I don't know about the authenticity. We'll find out when they actually put out the article. So at this point, all of this is entirely speculation. But apparently there's a voiceover that says there must be more to life than having everything. And this is like a hypothetical conversation that Donald Trump wrote down between him and Epstein. Donald, yes, there it is, but I won't tell you what it is, Jeffrey, nor will I, since I know what it is. We have certain things in common, Jeffrey. Yes, we do, come to think of it. Enigmas never age, if you notice that. As a matter of fact, it was clear to me the last time I saw you. A pal is a wonderful thing. Happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret. It feels like a poorly written letter that somebody would use to frame Trump. If, like, just being honest, like that's how dumb this sounds. Then you have to. Then you're like, oh wait, but Trump is dumb, and Trump is way too confident for how dumb he is. So maybe. So that's what we think is coming out, and apparently there is a picture, hand-drawn picture, going along with it. That apparently, as I've read, it has like a naked picture of a woman. I don't know. Trump's defense of this is fucking bizarre. First of all, he said he's never written a picture, which you can't do. You know, that's not what you do. You draw a picture. Then we have, like, if you go, I could probably find this on Twitter. You can go through and you can find actual Trump drawings. Trump's like, I've never done this ever. Let me see if I can. Here they are. And then here are just some examples of drawings that Trump made and signed. And I think he sold them, maybe. I don't know if this was like a charity thing. I will be honest, not incredible, but better than I. This, however, this bottom right corner definitely doesn't look like the same person. This one looks like the same person. This one looks like the same person. Some of these look like maybe he hired somebody to do it. Like all of a sudden he can draw straight lines, or maybe they're just freehand. But he's clearly drawn pictures before. So that was weird. Then it was also weird that, like, one of their other defenses is he never uses the word enigma. But let's see. I know I have this here. he has said the word enigma. Where is it? Here it is. This is number 11 under the Epstein, whoever's got the list today. He says, I don't use the word enigma, but here he is speaking the word enigma.
Now, Carson's an enigma to me.
Boring.
I didn't say it. Carson's an enigma.
So he clearly has also said the word enigma. So the confusion that I have in all of this is if this story is not true, why do you keep saying shit in defense of it that's not true? Why would you come out and be like, I've never drawn a picture. There's the pictures. I've never said enigma. Here's the enigma. I don't get it. From the Trump supporters that are here, like, just none of this makes very much fucking sense to me on the Trump side. They're clearly hiding something, whatever it is. This was from Swiss Mike in the Discord. I haven't seen it yet, so I have two videos. So Stephen King has a that I'm just going to react to here. I have no idea. I apologize in advance. I'm not backing this up as if I get out of here. vidIQ. Here is J Delay 5150. Is Stephen King on the list?
Long-standing history of being one of the biggest Donald Trump haters out there. He has miles and miles of posts just bashing Donald. However, they have recently found common ground on trying to get people to believe that nothing happened on Epstein Island, which I find weird. Does anybody else find it weird that the only thing that he agrees with Donald Trump on is don't look into what happened at the island? The Epstein client list is real, so is the Tooth Fairy and Santa Claus. This leads me to believe what any normal and rational person would believe. What did you do on the island, Stephen? Was it kids? I'm gonna bet it was kids. So Stephen King has a long-standing history of being one of the biggest...
This is actually pretty incredible comment here, Jose. All of you are going to look real dumb when it's released. All right. RTB jumping the gun, which means I'm early, as usual, 3 days behind actually what's going on. How do you jump the gun if you're 3 days behind there, Jose? That is MAGA math. That is MAGA language there. What the fuck are you talking about, man?
Donald Trump haters out there. He has miles and miles of posts just bashing Donald. However, they have recently found common ground on trying to get people to believe that nothing happened on Epstein Island, which I find weird. Does anybody else find it weird that the only thing that he agrees with Donald Trump on is don't look into what happened at the island? The Epstein client list is real, so is the Tooth Fairy and Santa Claus. This leads me to believe what any normal and rational person would believe. What did you do on the island, Stephen? Was it kids? I'm gonna bet it was kids. So Stephen King has a long-standing history.
If I'm a famous person right now, whether I was on that list or not, I'm gonna shut the fuck up. Because anything you say right now as a famous person, everybody is going to look at and they're gonna decide whether or not what you did is covering for other rich people, or if what you're doing is part of this. Part of the desire to uncover it. All right, and then this one here was from Jedi Drive-By. I don't know what this is either, but I'm doing something new where I just grab shit from Discord and watch it. Oh, I know what this is. Okay.
We gotta definitely write a song about how we do not diddle kids. Do not diddle kids, it's no good diddling kids.
There is no quicker way for people to think that you are diddling kids than by writing a song about it.
You gotta write a song that says, ooh, I wouldn't do it with anybody younger than my daughter. No, little kids gotta be big, older than my wife, younger than my daughter, something like that.
The daughter stuff's hitting home. The daughter stuff is really hitting home in this part.
Don't write a song about that.
No, I'm cloudy, I got a headache.
All right. It's a known fact Bill Clinton was on the list. Yeah, I agree. Like, they got to take down Bill Clinton, too. I don't know if Republicans, just a word of advice if you're going to debate this. One thing you need to know about people on the left, nobody gives a fuck about Bill Clinton. And nobody thinks Bill Clinton's a good guy. None of us are upset at all that Bill Clinton is going to be investigated, if he is. Like, we all want that, too. We don't like Bill Clinton either. We're on the same page here. So just a word of advice, if you're trying to be like, but what? You guys only care about it because it's Trump. No. Fuck Bill Clinton too. Like, fuck that guy. Nobody, don't actually, but nobody likes Bill Clinton either. We do not care. We want everybody. I don't care if everybody in the Democratic Party goes down with this. I could give a fuck. I don't care who from either party. I don't care if Bernie Sanders is there. It's irrelevant to me. I just want if we're gonna be transparent now. And frankly, I didn't really care about the Epstein stuff for years. I never really dug into it. And I didn't know anything about the Israel connection. My biggest desire to see this now unfold is because it's becoming abundantly clear that like Israel is really trying to stifle this. And I would love to get Israel the fuck out of here. I would love for Americans to say, let's stop funding Israel. I would love once and for all for Israel to be exposed as exactly who they are. So it's not even really that much about Trump for me, because frankly, I think if I'm more concerned about JD Vance than I am Donald Trump. I think that they have the similar ability to lie right to your face, but JD Vance is far more intelligent. And JD Vance is far more palatable. And JD Vance is the kind of person that's going to trick my mom. And JD Vance is the kind of person that's going to trick like moderates. And they're not going to know because he'll just lie right to your fucking face. I don't know that I would replace, if I had to choose to finish out this term with Trump or finish out this term with JD Vance, honest to God, I think I would choose Trump. I think he's so incoherent that I think we're better off, and we can undo more stuff. Trump's going to do a lot of dumb shit. Now, if we get to it, if we have time to get to it at some point today, I'll get to some of the Project 2025 stuff. But that stuff can be undone because he's never going to explain it. So when we go to undo it, nobody's ever going to know. MAGA's never going to know. Republicans are never going to know. They're going to hear about us undoing something, and they won't care. They're like, oh yeah, I don't care about that. I don't even understand it. But JD Vance does understand Project 2025, and JD Vance can offer an explanation on the surface that makes sense, and he can convince like everyday people that no, this is actually a good thing for this country, and that's why JD Vance concerns me. I hope Donald Trump makes it through all 3 years of his presidency, or I hope JD Vance just runs away. I don't know. Free Cali Cam. I'll tell you guys. Cali Cam did message me. I don't even remember where we talked. And he was very upset that we banned him for using slurs. Like, we just don't do slurs here. I told him that. He does think he's like the star of the show. And I said, I appreciate, like, I want opposition here. So my only rule to Cali Cam is if we ever let him back, he's going to have to publicly apologize to everybody for using slurs. And I will say this. He didn't fight me on that. He was apologetic about it, to be honest. He said, you know what? I fucking hate Lindsey Graham. Ditto. All of us fucking hate Lindsey Graham. I think Lindsey Graham is a scumbag and he's a liar. Ditto. We all hate Lindsey Graham. And he said, I should have just like called him a fucking scumbag instead of making it about the fact that he's closeted. I thought that was fair. By Cali Cam. So if he ever does come back, he just has to apologize. And I am a person who forgives. None of you have to forgive. My argument assumes that Trump is something more than a guy who can hold a pen. It's true. I don't know. Does it rely on that? I do kind of think that's what he is just like a guy that can hold a pen. Here's a beautiful montage put together by, I want to say it was CNN. Can't remember who put this together, but I stole it from Twitter user Usurp the Chef. This is a montage of what it looks like. No, this isn't CNN, actually. This was Usurp the Chef. This is what it looks like to be in a cult. My favorite, Gunther Eagleman, who that's not his real name. And Gunther Eagleman doesn't use his real name, even though it's trademarked, because Gunther Eagleman is a criminal and he has a horrific past and he doesn't want people to know that. So now he just like glurps Trump's balls on Twitter and makes a lot of money doing it. Here's Gunther Eagleman saying, pedophiles are a protected class under Joe Biden. LOL, I support Trump 1,000%. I do wish the child blanket rapists on the island were held accountable. Is that a quick switch there? Turn off the volume, actually.
Who do you think you...
Let me turn off the volume because that's probably copyrighted. Or it just doesn't. Y'all seeing this? Well, let me mute it. The hell's that all about?
You are kidding, Mr. Hitler, if you think we're on...
Retweet if you believe real Donald Trump should order a full investigation into Epstein's illegal sex trafficking from the last 30 years and get answers. Charlie Kirk in 2019. do in 2025. Charlie Kirk says he's done talking about Epstein for the time being. He's going to trust my friends in the administration. Mila Joy, release the Epstein files. Agreed. If Dan says there's nothing on the Epstein files, I believe him.
We are the boys who will stop your little...
Cat turd, if you're in any government and you're protecting gang rapists and P3DOs, there's a 100% chance you're a P3DO. Here we go again. This account says Trump's a P3DO. Imagine believing this piece of shit troll. Are you seeing it now?
Game. We are the boys who will make you...
Pro-America politics. Why hasn't Pam Bondi released the Epstein files yet? I don't give a fuck about Jeffrey Epstein anymore. That wasn't even that far apart. That was February of this year to July of this year. This is what, when we ended the show yesterday about being in a cult, this is what we're talking about.
Again, 'cause who do you think you are kidding?
Also, this song is fucking bananas. This song about Hitler is fucking bananas. Pino Americano, you're all preaching to the choir. I called for Pam Bondi to be fired 4 months ago. Do you know what kind of replies I got? I was told I'm betraying Trump by saying that. Pino was right again. July 11th, July 12th, the MAGA king has spoken. Pam Bondi stays. If he trusts her, that's good with me.
Hitler, if you think old
One day. Just one fucking day. That's all it took.
England's done.
Brendan Dale, the Epstein list is the ultimate Trump card. I hope this means that we can stop talking about this stupid shit just a few months apart.
Mr. Brown goes on.
I just want to show. That's what it looks like to be in a cult. That's what it looks like when your ideology is Donald Trump. Amy said next he'll say, I only draw buildings in storms. Hey, Johnny Longtrail, welcome, buddy. Good to have you here. Matt said if it dropped yesterday and Trump is threatening to sue Murdoch, he's claiming he doesn't doodle but has multiple drawings sold at auction. FOD said, how do you solve for people losing their jobs? That's from Medicare for All. So about 1 million people are going to lose their jobs if we do Medicare for All. That will happen over time, like because we have to phase this in. So you'll still have private insurance. And slowly those jobs will be phased out. But that means we're going to have to hire a lot of people to run our insurance program. So there will be government jobs available there as well. Did you hear Annabelle killed her caretaker in PA? I don't know who Annabelle is. Who the fuck is Annabelle? Am I missing an inside joke there? All right. This was pretty crazy. This was on Glenn Beck, my fellow Mormon Glenn Beck. You know what's crazy about Glenn Beck is Glenn Beck lived like 50 years as I think a Christian, but like I think he had substance abuse. When he was like 50, he converted to Mormonism. How the fuck are you going to trust somebody who at 50 years old goes, you know what? I think that Joseph Smith guy had it right. I think that's the guy. I don't know how you guys look at this guy seriously. At 50 years old, you know what? This religion that started in the 1830s that is obviously fake because like there's a record of it being fake. I think I'm going to join that religion. You just can't trust Glenn Beck.
I feel really betrayed and I feel really, really angry. We have a president who tells us to move on from Epstein because it doesn't matter. Are you guys still talking about this seriously? And yet he still talks about the 2020 election fraud. He talks about the Hunter Biden laptop. He talks about all this stuff from 5-6 years ago, and he tells us to move on from the Epstein trial or the Epstein case. I like
this guy. This is the producer here. Did you see this? He like couldn't help but nod his head like that's a good point. You'll watch this producer right here.
But all this stuff from 5-6 years ago, and he tells us to move on from the Epstein trial.
Yeah, that's fair. It's in the past. Don't worry about it. But please, can we talk about Hunter Biden's dick some more? We got to keep talking about Hunter Biden's dick. We got to talk about Russia. We got to talk about the 2020 election. We got to talk about Hillary Clinton's emails. But no more of this. No more of this stuff from the past. Let's let it go.
The Epstein case. People like me will not stop talking about this. I feel so betrayed and so angry. This is not what I voted for.
I'm concerned about being able to trust Donald Trump to keep his word. In his campaign,
now this is the Chris Stiegel show.
He said he was going to let us know all of the facts about this, and now he's saying, go away, don't pay attention to it.
These Epstein files, we were told that there was going to be released. There was this client list that was going to be released. And the fact that it's suddenly gone away and he's trying to gaslight us is like a punch in the gut to MAGA.
Sorry, Maggie. Sorry about your punch in the gut. Robert said you're for your great job debating. Thanks, Robert. Jamie said for overtime pay. Thank you. Carry me. Thanks for the donation. Are these all from? And Charlotte said more shows about recognizing cult behavior. I got a lot of feedback about that yesterday. Or were those? I think I read those from yesterday. Actually, those were from yesterday. My bad. Congratulations, you got them read twice. Betsy said Friday payday. Great discussion last night. Thank you. Denise said thanks for getting me through my work week. You got it, Denise. I'm here for you. Jamie said happy friendly Friday. Thank you, Jamie, very much. And then Alicia said $1 for every time woof woof called you an R slur. At that point, it just I had tuned it out. Like they just all do it. It's a lack of creativity that bothers me, maybe perhaps the most. Bradley said knock knock. Who's there? Nobel who? Nobel. So I knocked. Alex said, dude, last night kept talking about big girls. Keep thinking of Mike Epps' song Big Girls. Yeah, dude, that guy was really going after women's weight last night. He came in fucking hot. Volti said, can you wish my wife a happy birthday? Her name is Angie. Angie, wherever you are, however you may be listening, happy goddamn birthday. Happy for you. I hope that Volti takes care of you and spoils you. And happy birthday. I hope it's the best birthday you've ever had. All right. Here is I appreciated this headline here. This is from Mother Jones. On the same day.
Thanks for the sub.
Mother Jones headline: the State Department guts its office combating human trafficking. That's not ideal when the president, the guy that you serve under, is being accused of covering up for a sex trafficker. Maybe don't also gut your department that is that investigates human trafficking. It seems like exactly what a person who traffics humans might do. Ro Khanna introduced some legislation to force the release of the Epstein files. Here he is on the House of the Floor yesterday.
Involved, he's paying attention, and he said, "Okay, let's."
Floor of the House, House of the Floor. God damn, it has been a long week. Floor of the House.
Release. He directs the Attorney General Pam Bondi, let's release and ask the courts to release the grand jury testimony. Here's the problem: the grand jury testimony is largely about Epstein and Maxwell, not about all the rich and powerful men who abused, assaulted, and abandoned young women. Those people are still being protected. And by the way, the courts usually don't release grand jury testimony. But you know what? The president is hearing the American people. And the president knows that if there's a vote tonight, this body overwhelmingly would vote for the release of the files.
30 seconds.
Additional 30 seconds. I need 10 seconds. This question is, whose
same dog, same
side are you on? Today, the Democrats are on the side of the people. The Democrats are on the side of the children. There are 10 Republicans who are on the side of the people and the children, but the entire Democratic Party is on that side, and the Republicans have chosen to protect the rich and powerful men who've abused our children. It's wrong, and that's the clear difference tonight.
Gentleman yields back. Gentleman from.
It's getting bipartisan support there. I think that Congress is feeling the heat, and I do think that they will probably, if they haven't already today, I think at some point they will vote to make sure that these are released. Also, Sophia said, one for the Friendly Friday joke of the day, as RTP being a moron golfer. What did the moron say to his golfing buddies after 18 holes? I can barely walk. Kami Dyke says, you have got to check out the Time Suck podcast by Dan Cummings for all things cult. I've watched clips of that. I should watch it. I like Dan Cummings, just the clips that I've seen from Dan Cummings. Did I miss any here? I don't even know what that noise was. Oh, that was the bits from Cassie Ass. Thanks, Cassie Ass. What is this? Oh, the paranormal investigator died at a hotel while on a tour showcasing a supposedly possessed Raggedy Ann doll named Annabelle. All right, I'm gonna have to read that later. That's fucking terrifying. I don't do like horror movies. It's not my thing. Chris at my weekly tithing. Thanks for all you do. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate you. All right, here's Ron Johnson. And this is I think that they're like, it seems like they're testing this line. Like, and they throw Ron Johnson out there, and it is a very tepid attempt to sell this. Every Republican so far that has tried to spin this narrative, it has backfired tremendously. No exception here. Look, there's just nothing you can do, Republicans. There's nothing you can do to make this an issue for the Democrats. It wasn't our issue. We weren't the ones pushing it. Everything that's been released so far was released by Biden. You can't try and cover for Trump by saying Democrats must have done something shady, therefore we can't tell you the truth.
Yeah, but why not release the Epstein files? I mean, this is something that Republicans campaigned on. You said there's something in it that doesn't smell right. It seems pretty obvious that this is causing legislative problems for the president, and him just saying, you know, he's already said everybody should change the subject. This is boring. People who care about this, I don't want your support anymore. You're weaklings. That's not working. Republicans are upset. The base is upset.
So again, I don't know what's in the Epstein files. You know, I do know that the Epstein files are in the custody of the Biden administration. You know, I don't know to what extent they've added or deleted things. It's kind of amazing.
They were also in the hands of the Trump administration twice now. And this is why this doesn't fucking work. Because when they were in the hands of the Biden administration, there was not, you guys could have, you had the House. Why didn't you guys vote for this on the House? Like, let's flip this back on you. When you were in the House, did you guys pass any resolution to release the Epstein files? You guys didn't really seem to care that much either. It was your thing. You seemed to drop it. The problem that Republicans have is the Epstein list was massive until Trump was in office. And when that footage just went missing, and when Epstein died, and then Bill Barr obviously covered it up, you guys just tried to blame Clinton, which made no fucking sense at the time, which is why a lot of us didn't give it any oxygen. It made no sense. Like, how are you going to blame Hillary Clinton? She's not even in the government anymore. She lost to Trump. She clearly isn't the most powerful person. And then all that goes missing. You guys go quiet. Then Biden's president, and you don't even demand the release, but you still have podcasters like Kash Patel, Dan Bongino, Charlie Kirk, Candace Owens, all of these folks, Tim Pool, saying, oh, we need to make sure this release, what are the Dems covering up? Well, were they covering it up? Why didn't the people that you put in Congress demand it? Why is it that now they're acting like it's no big? Republicans in Congress have never demanded transparency on this. Your elected leaders have never done a goddamn thing about this. Your podcasters have. Your content creators have. You have. The voters have. You guys have demanded it, but the people you elected haven't done shit. They're all just sitting there. And I think if we're gonna draw connections here, I think the most likely reason for that is AIPAC money. They're all paid by AIPAC, every last one of them. Except for Thomas Massey, Thomas Massey's like, let's see it. Yeah, Thomas Massey, let's see the files. Because he knows. He knows the AIPAC's paying people. He knows the AIPAC's covering for Israel. And he knows that Israel's going to be in those files. That's the real story here. As much as it would be nice to tell like every Trumper, fuck you, we told you this guy was a sex criminal, which he is. As much as that's nice, it's not the story. The story is Israel. The story is the CIA. The story is the cover-up. And the fact that the cover-up was able to go through multiple administrations tells you just how powerful other people outside of the government are. That's the fucking story. So this Ron Johnson shit he's doing where he's like, oh, what about the Democrats? Nobody fucking cares, man. This isn't going to work on Republicans or Democrats. That's not going to work on anybody unless you're a fucking idiot in this chat. Like, we all know what's in there. We all know who's in there. We know Trump's in there. We know for a fact his name is going to be in those files. Everybody knows it. We know for a fact Bill Clinton's name is going to be in those files. We know Dershowitz's name is going to be in those files. And there's probably some names we don't know yet, but we also know that Israel and the IDF are going to be in those files, and the CIA are going to be in the files. And what we're going to see is the CIA covering for criminals because they didn't want secrets or sources exposed. That's what we're going to see here. We're going to see that there is, this is the deep state that we're talking about. This is the deep state that everybody has complained about. That's like, Donald Trump's going to tear down the deep state. No, he's not. He walked in there and said, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's the problem with the deep state, is that like you have to put people in Congress. If you want to, like, if you really want to take down the deep state, you have to put people in Congress who have morals, or at the very least demand transparency. You have to have people that you can trust in Congress. Who the fuck? Name some names of people that you trust in Congress. I think I could rattle off like 5. I think I trust Elizabeth Warren. I think I trust Bernie Sanders. I think I trust Thomas Massey. I'm trying to think, is there more than 3? Who else do I trust? I mean, that might be it. Those might be 3. Those might be the 3 that I trust. Yeah, maybe AOC. I don't know. Maybe. But there's almost nobody that we trust there. I sure as shit can't trust anybody who takes AIPAC money. No, I don't. No, not Booker. I don't like Booker. I think Booker's a phony. I'm not a big fan of. I like Chris Murphy. I don't know what his AIPAC situation is. I think Chris Murphy's really smart. I don't know if I trust him. Does he take any AIPAC money? Yeah, a little bit. 155,000. You can't get me to trust you if you took AIPAC money. I certainly don't trust Jasmine Crockett. I like Jasmine Crockett. I think she's fiery. I think she's entertaining. I don't trust her. I think that she's in bed with big business. I think she's in bed with crypto. I think that she's questionable to me. Tammy Baldwin, yeah. Oh, hey, that's one. What's her name? Katie Porter. How about Katie Porter? I liked Katie Porter a lot too. All right, let's keep going with Ron Johnson here.
Now, Democrats who did not want them released, now they want them released. So again, I'm a little concerned about chain of custody. I don't know anything about it. I'm as curious as anybody.
Katie Porter takes AIPAC? God damn, I didn't think she did.
Else. I'll let the process play out, but we should not hold $9 billion of spending reduction hostage for a debate over the Epstein files.
Republican Senator Ron Johnson from Wisconsin. Yeah, but why not?
And that's the main thing. Like, you guys are naming a lot of people that I like. Like, I like Stansbury. I like Crockett, but I just can't trust them. This is the other part of like my 2 biggest bugaboos with the government. 1, we got to do universal health care, and then 2, we have to end Citizens United. And until we do, we're never going to be able to trust any of these people. Sully said, headed to Atlantic City for my daughter's basketball tournament. Wish us luck. Yeah, are you staying at the Taj Mahal, Sully? Let us know how the Taj Mahal's looking these days. It's supposed to be the greatest casino ever made, from what I understand. It's the rumor. See that pic of Booker hiding for a photo shoot in Israel? I did, Brother Bob. That was embarrassing. Don't take the picture, dude. If you're gonna hide, don't take the picture. That makes it look worse. On CNN, Scott Jennings is trying his best. God bless him. Scott Jennings is. I don't envy his job, but this motherfucker's got to sell some books. This is why I hate this. Let me tell you, I like this show because it exposes politics for what it is. It's just all spin. This show is we play clips from the show all the time, but it's mostly spin from both sides. But the reason I like it though is I'm gonna know Scott Jennings is one of like their best spin doctors. So if I watch clips from the show every day, I'm gonna know in advance what the spin by Republicans is gonna be. Here's Scott Jennings trying to spin it.
Absolutely. Talk to me about it. I mean, why is that more concerning than what has happened this week? He didn't even remember appointing his own Fed chair.
Here's my view of the medical situation of this president versus the last one. This president has a doctor who is issuing very transparent letters about this president's health. Okay. The former president.
No, come on. Come on. He's not. This is the same guy who said he was 6'3", 215. Come on.
The president has a doctor who's taking the Fifth Amendment before Congress right now because he doesn't want to answer questions about it. I've been around him. I have detected nothing. I've seen nothing but a man conducting 6 meetings at the same time.
You sound like Joe Biden's aides who said, I've been around him.
Yeah.
And
I'm not. I mean, this is insane to me that this is what Scott Jennings is doing. Trust me. Why all these aides should be thrown in jail for saying Joe Biden was doing well. Then we have all these reports of Trump's health. We have him yesterday saying Oh, I can't believe Biden appointed Jerome Powell. You did, bitch. You did that. That was you. There's clips of it. There's a video. It was your fucking appointment, and you blame Joe Biden for it. Like, you're crazy. You've lost it. So it's just wild to be on CNN to watch Scott Jennings with a straight face do the thing that in the same episode, he's like, these people around Joe Biden were awful. I've been around Donald Trump. I've seen no evidence. But we're watching the evidence. When Joe Biden went on that stage and debated Trump, we were like, oh, fuck. Uh-oh. That's not good. I want to go back and watch that at some point. I think Felice was watching that with us. I can't remember. I just remember sitting there in silence. Like, oh, no. Uh-oh. He can't think very well. We're in the same boat. Stop electing fucking fossils to run our country. Stop doing that. This is a incredibly demanding job. It is incredibly stressful. And Trump is always going to make his job more stressful because he's always going to do something to piss people off. He's always going to do something, on the fringes of the law. He's 80 years old. He can't handle this shit because he's not equipped for this. And now I find myself almost in the same position that I was with Joe Biden, where I was like, come on, Joe, make it through. Come on, Joe, make it through. And now I'm with Trump like, come on, buddy, make it through. We cannot have JD Vance. Come on, buddy, pull through for me. Pull through for me. But Scott Jennings, his job is to go on and be like, no, Trump is totally sane here.
Like Joe Biden's aides who said, I've been around him. Yeah, and
I'm not taking the Fifth Amendment out of Congress.
I'm just saying that by your own metric, by your own metric, if this were Joe Biden, and perhaps it was when he said his uncle
He's working 20 hours a day.
By
He does
cannibals.
hours of press conferences every day. Abby, are you saying Donald Trump is not visible as president and it's anywhere comparable to...
Visible? Yeah, we can see him, dog. we can see him. He just doesn't make any fucking sense. Jacob said Elizabeth Warren took AIPAC money. I use Track AIPAC to check that money. I'm looking at Elizabeth Warren, and yeah, I don't show. It doesn't show on here that she takes any AIPAC money. So if you have a source on that, I'd love to see it, but I do not. I don't see that Elizabeth Warren has taken money from AIPAC. So if you have, like I said, maybe this tracker's wrong, but that's where I used to track AIPAC funding. I don't think she has.
Biden's hiding for 4 years.
I'm not saying any of those things. I'm just asking why he didn't remember that he appointed the Fed chair in 2017 and stood in the Rose Garden with him and appointed him. Why didn't he remember that?
I think.
Yeah, it's a fair question. And I'm just saying, like, for those Trump folks, if you want to be consistent, you want to have the moral high ground, it's time for you to also be like, yeah, this guy's crazy. I read that one from Soli already. This is the same one. Let me show you this with Chris Hayes. I want to give credit to the person who edited this. This is C-Web Online who put this together, but this is Chris Hayes announcing that Wall Street Journal article with the pictures here. I think this crystallizes it maybe better than I have during this episode.
But tonight, the Wall Street Journal says it has newly discovered textual evidence of the friendship between Trump and Epstein and the kinds of interests they shared in Donald Trump's own words. According to the Journal, Epstein's disgraced associate, Ghislaine Maxwell, put together a leather-bound book of letters from Epstein's associates to give the disgraced financier for his 50th birthday back in 2003. Now, to be clear, this is before he is first arrested for molesting and abusing girls in 2006. The Journal says these documents were among those examined by Justice Department officials who investigated Epstein and Maxwell years ago, according to people who've reviewed them. Here's the description. The letter bearing Trump's name, which was reviewed by the Journal, is bawdy, like others in the album. It contains several lines of typewritten text framed by the outline of a naked woman, which appears to be hand-drawn with a heavy marker. A pair of small arcs denotes the woman's breasts, and the future president's signature is a squiggly Donald below her waist, mimicking pubic hair. Adding, quote, it isn't clear how the letter with Trump's signature was prepared, Inside the outline of the naked woman was a typewritten note styled.
We got a Trump dick rider in here upset. Sorry, Jerome. I'm sorry that I said that your daddy is not great at his job. I'm sorry about that, bud. You can't criticize him. Where are you? You're sitting at your house. Yeah, I am here. But you know how I know that what you said is fucking stupid? When you said that most would crumble under pressure, including you, is that no president has really crumbled under pressure, except for Trump. He's falling apart. He's absolutely fucking falling apart at the seams right now. His whole presidency is a joke. He's lying to you guys every day. His entire fan base is turning on him, except for you, because you may not be watching this. You may have your head so far up inside of that rectum that you're not seeing what's going on right now. But this man is falling the fuck apart. He started screaming at the people who voted for him, telling him, I don't even want to be friends with you anymore. If you're gonna believe stories about me, I don't want you. He's a child. He's a toddler. He is crumbling. And you know what the truth is? Most presidents don't crumble. Donald Trump almost always crumbles. You're just like along for the ride, so you don't realize that he's falling apart. He fell apart the first time. He's falling apart again. He lost, and he still lies about losing. This guy is an absolute fucking toddler. He's a bitch. He's stupid. What else do we say about him? He's not 6'3". He's not that funny. He can barely read. He speaks at a 4th grade level. He's a terrible businessman. He's a dog shit father. He's a dog shit spouse. He's a dog shit friend. Most of his friends, it appears, were creeps like Epstein. The Epstein seems to be his only long-term friend. Who else does he have like a 15-year history of being friends with? Just publicly. Give me a name. He's not friends with anybody. This seems to be his only friend. Fuck Donald Trump and fuck you if you think he's not falling apart, because he absolutely is.
As an imaginary conversation between Trump and Epstein.
One more thing. He does smell. He smells like shit, too. Everybody says he smells like shit. And that's because he's constantly shitting his pants, which he lies about. Also, he puts lifts in his shoes so that he looks taller. Also, he's bald, but he combs his hair over and looks like he has roadkill on his fucking head. Also, he paints his face orange every day. Also, he paints his hand with shitty concealer every day to hide a bruise. Also, he has thykles. Also, I've seen him play volleyball, and he has no athleticism. Also, he putts like he's having a seizure when he plays golf. Also, he cheats at golf. Also, there's not a single golf designer in the entire world who will work with him. 1, because he doesn't pay them, and 2, because his eye for golf course architecture is so fucking stupid that nobody wants to tie their name to it. Also, the only golf courses he has that people actually give a fuck about are golf courses that he bought from somebody else, and in those there were provisions that said you can't touch any of this shit because you will fuck it up. Also, banks won't work with him. Also, his son Don Jr. didn't talk to him for like 12 years because he's a scumbag. You want me to keep going? You ready to pull that head out of your ass yet? Donald Trump is a bitch. Donald Trump is also he's a Dodge drafter. My toes hurt. I can't go to war. And then he makes fun of people that went to war and were captured in that same war. He is a bitch. He is stupid. He is a toddler. And the only reason that you like him is because you are so fucking brain dead that you don't realize that you're following a fucking moron. Shall we go on? Do you want to tell me I can't talk shit about him anymore? I will talk shit about this dumb bitch every motherfucking day. Every day. Donald Trump is a bitch. And somebody clip it. If somebody knows Donald Trump, clip this. Donald Trump, you a bitch.
Written in the 3rd person. I'll read it to you here. Voiceover.
Yeah, he wants to fuck his daughter. How about that? He also wants to fuck his daughter. We want to talk about that? When he was asked what he had in common with his daughter, he goes, sex. When he was asked about his daughter Tiffany, he's like, I'm not sure what her boobs are going to be like yet. We'll have to see when those fill in. Yeah, also that.
There must be more to life than having everything, the note began. Donald, yes, there is, but I won't tell you what it is. Jeffrey, nor will I, since I also know what it is. Donald, we have certain things in common, Jeffrey.
He also has a skinny dick with a big mushroom head, which is weird.
Jeffrey, yes, we do, come to think of it. Donald, enigmas never age. Have you noticed that? Jeffrey, as a matter of fact, it was clear to me the last time I saw you. Trump, a pal is a wonderful thing. Happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret. The paper also notes, quote,
if this is real, that last part is so fucking weird. If this turns out to be real, which again, I can't see the Wall Street Journal making this shit up. If this turns out to be real, that last part is knowing who it's written to, of like, shit. Why doesn't this let me rewind when I'm? A pal is a wonderful thing. Happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret. If this is real, that is so fucking bizarre. And how else are you going to explain this? How do you justify that sentence when you're writing a note? And this was in like 2003. Is it 2003 that this was? I want to say it was like in the early 2000s. Like there were already stories about Epstein out there at this point. He wasn't like a pariah yet, but there were already stories out there. I'm just wondering what may every day be another wonderful secret? What secrets do you think that Jeffrey Epstein and Donald Trump are sharing together? You have so many liberal homosexuals in here. That's right. That's right. Liberal homosexuals, stand up, be counted. That's right. We do have a lot of liberal homosexuals in here. They're fucking dope. Shout out to all the liberal homosexuals. I love all of you. Thanks for making the world a better place.
Have you noticed that?
All right, there we go. Raise your hand if you're a liberal homosexual. Loud and proud, baby. This is what we do over here. W liberal homos. Yeah, get fucked, dog. That didn't work very well, did you? Kimmy said RTP spitting straight truths. That's a lot. That's a lot. All right. Watch Bernie Moreno. This was unbelievable. Bernie Moreno, you stay off CNN, dude. You are no match for Caitlin Collins. This is going to be tough to watch, Republicans.
You spent half your show already talking about a fake story that the Wall Street Journal published. This isn't what journalism's intended to be. Let's talk about what the winning that we're doing for the American people. That's what they want to hear.
Well, hang on.
First of all, let's start with that shit. Shut the fuck up forever, Bernie Moreno. Journalism, this is not what journalism is supposed to be. Journalism is not supposed to be covering these stories. Why aren't we talking about all our success? That's what you think journalism is? Just like beating off the administration?
Today, Donald Trump signed another executive order, and it's the greatest day on earth ever. I love you, Donald Trump. Thank you for all the wonderful things you're doing.
That's not journalism. This is journalism. Why are you guys always talking about shit and not just bragging about what the president does? I don't get it.
Let's talk about what the
Kimmy, liberal homosexual here.
Winning that we're doing for the American people. That's what they want to hear.
Well, hang on. You can't criticize what we're covering when this is a show that primarily covers what the president is doing, and this is what he's posting tonight. And you're saying that this is being perpetuated by Democrats, but this is Thomas Massey, Tom Tillis, Mike Pence, Steve Bannon, Charlie Kirk. Those are Republicans.
The first three I would not consider to be Republicans.
The first three who are Republicans, I wouldn't consider them Republicans. Now, why wouldn't you consider them Republicans?
They're guys that hate President Trump.
Okay.
Oh, because you guys aren't a party. You're a fucking cult. Why are you a Republican? I am a Republican. How do I know you're a Republican? Well, I ran for a Republican nomination, and then I won that nomination, and then I was on a ballot, and there was Republican next to my name, and then people voted for me, and I won, and now I'm part of the Republican Party, and I mostly vote with the Republicans. But he says they're not Republicans. Why not?
Those are Republicans.
The first three I would not consider to be Republicans. These are guys that hate President Trump.
Okay,
are against
Steve
his
Bannon,
agenda.
Charlie Kirk,
Charlie's
Joe
been clear.
Rogan, all these people who are calling on this are Democrats?
I was with Charlie this weekend. Charlie's been clear, saying, hey, let's move on and talk about what we're doing. We're winning for the American people.
But then he took that back and said he wasn't moving on.
Well, look, I don't know. You spent half your show already.
He moved on. Well, he didn't move. He said he's not moving on. Fuck. I don't know. Can we talk more about how if you don't love Donald Trump, you're not a Republican? Pink Alex says he also beefs with Rosie O'Donnell. That's right. And she'd beat his ass, too. Honestly, in a fight, you taking Rosie or you taking Donald? I'm taking Rosie. I don't know what her cardio's like, but I know it's better than Trump's. Appreciate that. I did miss this one from Quantum Cell, who said, preach, brother. Amy Lynn said, Katie Johnson's account of Trump taking her V card when she was 13 is disgusting. That's hard to watch. If you can watch that, if you can sit through and watch it, I recommend it, but I understand anybody who doesn't want to watch that. Let me go here. Jackie said, hey, homie. Hey, Jackie. Good to see you. We had I'm sorry for calling you out earlier. Tim says, why can't a nose be 12 inches? Because then it would be a foot. That's true. Hard to argue that math. The folks over on Raging Tomato would argue that math though yesterday. Define a foot. Define a nose. Rosie for the KO from the top ropes. Shantae So Fly said he campaigned while flying in Epstein's plane. That's kind of true. Amanda said from a loyal, liberal, bisexual baddie. Shout out to our bisexual community too. Great to have you guys also. Here's what Fox News decided to say. Now, Fox News hasn't seen the letter yet. None of us have seen the letter yet, and we shouldn't. Wait, is this the right one? Yeah, and we shouldn't say that we 100% know that it's real or not real. But Fox, they're doing this.
Now, Carson's an enigma to me. I didn't say it.
Hey, what the fuck? Oh, that's the wrong one. Shit, I might have put the wrong link in there. That's the one I played earlier. All right, skip that. Never mind. Here's Mark Lee Harvey Oswald Dent McDonald's McMullins, who is now who has been a strong proponent of releasing the Epstein list. And now what the Republicans are doing to try and save face is they're going on the House and the Senate floor, and they're using their time to say, of course I support transparency, but fuck you, Democrats. Where were you? Where were you during the Biden years? That's what they say. And I would just flip that and say, where were you? Like, if you're going to point the camera at Democrats, be like, what happened when Biden was president? Well, he released some Epstein files, some. And Trump never did. So at the very least, they did something, but also Republicans did nothing. All of these people funded by AIPAC, they don't want to do any of this. So now they're trying to figure out a way to like walk a tightrope. So what you see the Republicans in the House doing is they understand what their constituents want, but they understand even more what their donors want. And so they're trying so desperately to not release these files by saying, well, we can't because we don't trust the Democrats. We think that they're going to be edited. They're just gonna gaslight the fuck out of you guys, Republicans. And you got to stand. I appreciate, honest to God, I've never been, I've never. In all my time streaming, I've never been more proud of the Republicans than I am right now. Not the people you have in office. They're all fucking idiots. But you guys, for the first time with Donald Trump, are refusing to be gaslit into a lie. Most of you are like, nah, dude. No, sorry. Not this time, buddy. You can't just lie to us and make us forget shit this time. This time we're actually going to dig into it. And so I applaud the Republicans who this isn't working on because I'm not going to be the only one showing these clips today. Like, right-wingers are going to show this clip, and they're going to be mad at Mark Lee Harvey Oswald, Dent McMullins, McMuffin, McStuffins here, and they're going to say, dude, we're not buying your bullshit.
Mr. President, this is nothing but political theater. It's so obvious that the Democrats are just using this for a political football.
Facts. The Democrats are 100% playing a political game to make you guys look shitty. 100% factual. I agree. I don't care. You're going to look shitty. And you guys do look shitty. You're taking it right in the teeth. For what reason? Imagine just sitting there getting punched in the face repeatedly for Donald fucking Trump. I'm ruining my career, but as long as we save Donald Trump, it's true. The Democrats are absolutely playing a political game. And they're winning. And they're winning because if Republicans weren't so deep inside of Trump's rectum, they would recognize they could have flipped this. They could have played it correctly. And they could, honest to God, if Republicans said, release it now, fuck you, Donald, no matter what you say, fuck you, dude, release everything. And if it comes out and Donald Trump is on those in those documents, and it comes out that AIPAC is funding this shit, if it comes out that Israel's funding this shit, the Republicans get to say, we cared about it before Trump was elected. We cared about it when he was elected. We cared about it when Joe Biden was in office. And we care about it now. We're fucking consistent. We want to go after this. That's how you should have played it. And what would have happened is Trump probably, if he's in there, he would get impeached and he would get removed, or he would step down and JD Vance would take the helm and he would go, We all love that guy. That was our fucking guy. And even the person we're most loyal to, we turned on him to be honest to you, the American people. And JD Vance wins 2028 in a fucking landslide. And Republicans win the 2026 midterms in a fucking landslide. And JD Vance probably gets reelected. And you get those 8 years of power that you wanted. But this is the problem that you guys don't see, is that Donald Trump is fucking all of you up. He pushed through a dog shit fucking bill that doesn't help you at all. None of you can defend his bill. He's dragging us into debt, and he's forcing you to be on the side of Jeffrey Epstein, on the side of traffickers. He's forcing your hand. Make a decision. It's me or transparency. And a lot of Republicans are like, I choose Trump. You had an opportunity. Your leaders had an opportunity here, and they're fucking it up. Because even if, let's just say Trump's not in the files, right? Day one, they come out, they're like, we demand transparency. Fine, we'll release them. They release everything. Nothing connects to Donald Trump. Now Donald Trump gets to come out here, and he goes, look, I wasn't in there. I didn't want him released because I thought there was a lot of sensitive information here. And the Republicans get to say, look, we don't worship Donald Trump. We're the ones that forced this. It was a no-lose situation for your party to push for this. The only person that can possibly lose is Donald Trump. And that's why it's a cult. Because you guys only care about Donald Trump. This was gift wrapped to you. Democrats fucked up how they played this so badly that this is hand delivered to you. Like, here you go. Here's the next 8 years of American politics. Do you want it? No, because Donald doesn't want it. And when Donald doesn't want it, we don't want it. They don't fucking care about any of you. They don't care about what you want. They don't care about the truth. They don't care about transparency. They don't care about making the middle class better. They don't care about poor people. They don't give a fuck that you can't afford health care. They don't give a fuck that you can't afford a house. They don't give a fuck that the prices are going up. They don't give a fuck that inflation's going up. They don't give a fuck that they have now taxed over $100 billion, mostly on the middle class for tariffs. They don't care about you, and they tell you every day that they don't care about you. It's like, we only care about Donald Trump, and you keep coming back for more. This is an abusive relationship. We got to get out of this together, guys. We can walk through this together. But stop letting them run cover and fuck up your whole shit. If Republicans don't acquiesce here, if a substantial amount of you don't lean into this, and you get enough votes in the House and the Senate, you get enough crossover votes from Republicans, you are fucking cooked for a long time. This matters that much because it's an obvious cover-up. You can't play the way that they're playing. I don't know who's advising the Republicans out there right now, but this is really just politically stupid.
If they were really serious about it, what happened the last 4 years? Or were they silent? Doing nothing but covering up for absent president.
David, you're not smart enough for this conversation. I love you, bud, but you're welcome to stay. But what about the Democrats? They fucking overtaxed trillions of dollars, and I didn't hear a fucking word. Nobody was saying shit. I said Donald, my Trump. The Democrats were under Trump's tax policy. We haven't changed Trump's tax policy. The tax policy that went into effect into 2017 is in effect now. See again? They just lie to you. You're a person who shows up here angry. You're angry about, why didn't you say anything when the Democrats raised taxes? Because they didn't. That's why. And by the way, I'm pro raising taxes, just not on the middle class. I don't need to tax the middle class to pay for billionaires' taxes. I want to tax the billionaires, not the middle class. But what you just said there is a little bit silly. It seems like you don't know what happened for 4 years. It seems like you're just hysterical. And that's maybe not your fault. It's because you listen to dipshits like this.
Nothing but covering up for
my language shows my IQ. My IQ's fucking high. Goddamn shit, hell, fart, fuck. There you go.
Absent president, and now all of a sudden they want to talk about transparency? We haven't even figured out who ran the White House the last 4 years, and now all of a sudden they want to make something of this?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
No.
If they're serious about it, then why didn't they say something in the last 4 years?
They released Epstein files in the last 4 years. This is bad. This is such a shitty defense. anybody that's not just like, please don't talk about Donald anymore. Anybody watching this is going to be like, bro, what are you talking about, man? Just support the release. Stop blaming Dev. Stop playing this. We just want to see the files. Nobody fucking cares. Most Americans do not care about the blame game right now. We just want to see what's in there.
This is nothing more than just political theater trying to go after a president that they truly despise. With that, I object.
I don't want to release the files because the Democrats are playing a game. So we can't have transparency because the Democrats want to use transparency as a political weapon. Yeah. Benny said this is for some bracelets so you could be like woof woof last night. Bro, the woof woof rage quit was my favorite thing. He just quit. That was a tough look for old woof woof last night. You can tell RTP has a kid because fart is a curse word. No, my kid swears. We have rules. She can say whatever she wants inside the house, and she can say whatever she wants to me. She just has to be a little more buttoned up when she goes other places. All right. Here is Ron Wyden, Democratic senator. I hadn't heard this. This is interesting to me. This was news to me this morning. We'll see if we can get some transparency on this.
There is an Epstein file down there at the Treasury Department, and it ought to be used as the foundation for a follow the money investigation. The reality is you build a sex trafficking operation of the size that we know this was, there's a tremendous amount of money moving, and it ought to be followed up to see how it was handled.
Can you sort of touch on just the key findings?
That's something we can get. That's something we don't need permission from Trump to get. We can subpoena that. Who was that? Somebody asked where my dress was. Who was that? Who asked where my dress was? Well, whoever that was, whoever asked where my dress was, I left it on your dad's nightstand. He got a little something on it. Do I pee sitting down? No, I squat. Sitting. I squat when I pee because once again, usually I pee on your dad.
In this most recent tranche of revelations that you guys have put out.
Well, the key finding, of course, is that this is all about sex trafficking, and you can't run a sex trafficking operation of this size without an enormous amount of money. And what we have shown is there are very substantial questions about whether that money was handled in an ethical and honest way. There is an Epstein.
Golden showers for your daddy. Let's see. Let me check comments real quick here. It's just a song I sing to. He just likes me to say that. He likes me to call him daddy. All right. Here is all right. Here's something I've seen this referenced, and so I want to bring it up. But the Republicans pretending to care about children rings as untrue. I had forgotten about this. If we're being honest, I had forgotten about this till I've seen other people, and I don't know who the first person I saw post this was, but it is
that shocking indictment.
It is important.
Former House Speaker Dennis.
It is important to remember that for years, the Republicans have covered up sexual abuse of children by politicians, Republican politicians, including the Speaker of the House, the Mike Johnson at one point of the House, Dennis Hastert. Here's a story from 2015. I think this is 2015, maybe 2014. Of the Speaker of the House, who was the leader of the House for the Republicans for, I believe, 10 years. Here's a story from 10 years ago.
That shocking indictment. Former House Speaker Dennis Hastert charged with lying to the FBI and trying to hide secret payments, apparently to cover up misconduct in his past when he was a high school teacher and wrestling coach. ABC's John Carl has the story. Good morning, John.
Good morning, George. The indictment alleges that Hastert had a dark secret in his distant past, and he was willing to pay millions to keep it a secret. Dennis Hastert was once the most powerful man in Congress. Now he stands accused of a dark past before his career in politics. Federal prosecutors have charged the 73-year-old Hastert with bank fraud and lying to the FBI in connection to a promise he made to pay an unidentified person $3.5 million in hush money. Prosecutors say Hastert started making the payments.
How many more people you guys going to put in office with hush money? Donald Trump paid hush money to cover up, I guess, illicit affairs. You had hush money paid by Pete Hegseth to cover up abuse. You had, I've got some other people I'll show you here for hush money, but seems to be a thing. Like, you guys are always cool with abusing children as long as they paid some hush money.
5 years ago to, quote, compensate and conceal his prior misconduct. It's quite a fall for the man who was chosen Speaker of the House because he had a reputation as being Mr. Clean.
It's popular these days to ask political figures what mistakes they've made, where they've failed. As a former history teacher, I know such analysis is best tempered by time and reflection, and that is probably best left to others.
The indictment doesn't say what Hastert was trying to cover up or who he was paying, but it points to his time as a high school teacher and wrestling coach in Yorkville, Illinois, and notes the unnamed person has known Hastert for most of his or her life.
So the difference, I see a lot of people saying, like a couple people said Anthony Weiner, the difference between when this happens with Republicans and Democrats is when it was exposed who Anthony Weiner was, they ran him out. This story floated around for years, and Republicans ignored it. They kept him as their leader. At the very, like, if I'm running a political party, if I'm part of a political party, and the leader of my political party is a credibly accused sexual predator, I will not work under a leader like that. No chance. They have to step aside until the charges are worked out. That's just the way it should be. They didn't do that. Republicans just pretended it didn't matter. For years they covered this up, and then all of a sudden they're like, okay, fine.
The indictment alleges Hastert structured withdrawals from his bank accounts to avoid detection, taking out just under $10,000 in 100 separate transactions. When asked about it, Hastert told the FBI, "Yeah, I kept the cash. That's what I'm doing." His former
just to clear that up, somebody said Anthony Weiner didn't pay hush money. He just got caught cheating. No, it's way more than that. He got caught sending pictures of his junk to a minor. So Anthony Weiner is a scumbag piece of shit.
Constituents are surprised by the news.
You're prideful of people that are coming from your community and trying to make a difference in Illinois. It's just disappointing.
There's no word from Dennis Hastert this morning or from his legal team, but he has reportedly stepped down from his job at a powerful Washington, D.C. lobbying firm, and that firm, George, has removed Hastert's bio from its website.
But as you said, John, we really don't know.
So there's Dennis Hastert, but it doesn't really end there. It just always keeps going with Republicans. Here's a story, and there's actually a documentary on Max about this, about Jim Jordan. It's about the Ohio State wrestlers. Let's think about that. Jim Jordan. He's your what do you call your attack dog. This is the guy that you guys send out to go after people. He's also the guy that silenced a bunch of people who were sexually abused.
Chief Congressional Correspondent Mike Emanuel looks at the controversy surrounding this case.
There are now 5 former Ohio State wrestlers accusing Republican Congressman Jim Jordan of knowing about a team doctor's alleged sexual misconduct. Jordan was an assistant wrestling coach at Ohio State more than 20 years ago. Fox has reviewed some of the emails written by former wrestler Mike DeSabato to Jordan, including this one from June 15th. Reverend James, the squeaky clean U.S. congressman from Urbana, who does not recall systemic sex abuse, he wants to Speaker of the House despite his apparent lack of knowledge of systemic sex abuse. He concluded a May 6th email with hashtag rape cover-up, a way of life. DeSabato told Fox he sent the emails to Jordan to help him realize he needed a lead on what he suggests was common knowledge.
It was an uncomfortable joke that Doc would and wanted to give you a genital exam every time you saw him.
Jordan denies being aware of sexual abuse. He says the timing of the attacks is suspicious.
It's right after the big hearing with Mr. Rosenstein. It's right when there's all this talk about a speaker's race. The law firm who was doing the investigation said they tried to contact us and we didn't respond. We have no record.
Emails obtained by Fox show that law firm tried contacting him at jim.jordan@mail.house.gov, which his office says is a non-existent account. The congressman received full support from President Trump on
There it is. There's that full support from President Trump. You guys know, like, if you know this whole story, essentially what happened is Jim Jordan was brought in as an assistant coach at Ohio State. He was like the lead assistant coach, and then there was a head coach. And they had this, I guess athletic trainer, team doctor. And so all these guys would regularly go in to get checked. And he was kind of like revered because he would do more checks than most people. So he was always checking everybody. But if you go watch this on Max, you'll hear these wrestlers, they go in, like their knee was hurt. One of the guys goes in, his knee is hurt. The doctor turns off the light, tells him to take off his pants. And then he said he could feel the breath from the doctor against him, like against his junk. And the doctor would feel down there. He would grab it. And he would do it all the time for stuff that like has nothing to do with your balls. You know, somebody would get their neck would hurt, and he would be like, "All right, cool, take off your pants." And it was so well known that like on team trips, people would be like, "Stay away from the doctor." Everybody knew he was a creep. And they went to the head coach about it. They went to Jim Jordan about it. And basically what they said is like, yeah, try and stay away from him. They absolutely knew about it. It cost Ohio State millions of dollars. And Jim Jordan, when all this stuff came out, when all these players came out, Jim Jordan was running for office. And Jim Jordan, during this time, instead of reaching out to the players and talking to them privately or reaching out and saying, what can I do to help? He started calling the players one by one, and he was begging them to say that he knew nothing about it. One of the people that was in that documentary that was most compelling was his brother had been one of the people that was abused. And Jim Jordan called this guy's brother and said, basically, will you lie for me? And he's like, I'm going to lie for you and tell people my brother is lying? No, fuck you. All of these wrestlers have said that Jim Jordan knew. All of them can point to instances of times when Jim Jordan was in the room when they were talking about it, or direct conversations with Jim Jordan, and he did nothing about it. And on top of that, once it was exposed, he's just denied it. And this only works in the Republican Party because you folks do not give a fuck about this. The school was sued. The doctor died, so I don't think the doctor ever wound up going to jail for it. The head coach was personally sued. Jim Jordan has escaped all of this because you don't care when your politicians abuse anybody. I don't understand you guys at all. I do not understand the Christian religious right. You do not give a fuck about abusing women and children. It is absolutely amazing. Or men in this case. These were 18, 19, 20-year-old men. And you just don't care. Well, I know that they said that, but Jim Jordan's really good at defending Donald Trump, so I'm going to ignore it. How the fuck are you these people? Totally normal for my knee to hurt and the doctor needs to breathe on my balls in the dark. Yeah, I mean, go watch it. It's honestly, it's tough. It's a tough watch if you have access to HBO Max. But that's not even it. Like, that's not even the end of it with Donald Trump. Here is, let me click on this one. This is from PBS News. Now, this is not partisan. This is not just Republicans. This is from PBS News in March. 147 lawmakers in 44 states have been accused of sexual harassment or misconduct since 2017. 144, 12 dozen lawmakers in 8 years. Since 2017, the AP cataloged at least 147 state lawmakers across 44 states who've been accused of sexual harassment or sexual misconduct. Over a third resigned or were expelled from office, and roughly another third faced repercussions, such as losing party or committee leadership positions. A dozen top state executive officials, including governors and attorneys generals, also faced such sexual misconduct allegations during that time, and most resigned. The total includes allegations of incidents in state government and outside of it. That includes Minnesota Republican State Senator Justin Eichorn, which I will get to now. Here is Justin Eichorn. Did I not put Justin Eichorn on here? Son of a bitch. I'll just pull it up. This will be easy to find. Justin Eichhorn, who before he was famous for being a sex predator, he was most famous for introducing legislation that would list Trump derangement syndrome as like a legitimate disease. This is Eichhorn. He was arrested and accused of soliciting a minor for prostitution. Big Christian, really worried about trans people, really worried about our LGBTQ community and their effects on our children while he's out soliciting children. Then you have, I think, perhaps the one to me that like was the most obvious and the most disgusting in Roy Moore. So Roy Moore was a Senate candidate in Alabama, and 5 different women came forward and accused him of sexual misconduct, and some Republicans called him to step aside. But this woman, Beverly Young Nelson, said she was 16 years old when Roy Moore allegedly tried to force himself on her after offering a ride home from her job as a waitress. I tried to fight him off while yelling at him to stop. Mr. Moore, of course, denies the allegations. And again, there's 5 of them. There's 5 of them. Cory Gardner, who was the Republican Senate committee chairman at the time, said he believes that the accusers spoke with courage and truth, and that the former Alabama Supreme Court judge should be expelled if he is elected. Good on you, Cory Gardner. Good on you, Republican Cory Gardner, for saying that we should expel him if he refuses to step down if he wins the nomination. But Cory Gardner was kind of alone. And the reason that Roy Moore won is because of people like Lindsey Graham. Here's Lindsey Graham.
Another thing, Senator Graham, coming up.
Knowing these accusations, Lindsey Graham goes on CNN and says this.
Another thing, Senator Graham, coming up in December is a special election in Alabama. And this week, President Trump seemed to offer support for the Alabama Senate candidate Roy Moore, the Republican, who's being accused by 4 women, including a 14-year-old girl at the time, of sexual assault.
Then it became 5.
Didn't rule out campaigning for him. And Senator Graham, just this morning, the president sent a tweet on this issue. He said, the last thing we need in Alabama and the U.S. Senate is a Schumer-Pelosi puppet who is weak on crime, weak on the border, bad for our military and our great vets, bad for our Second Amendment, and wants to raise taxes to the sky. Jones would be a disaster. Jones.
And this is why I've got a problem with you guys. And this is why I have questions about your sexuality, Christianity. Some of you, I might have some questions about your sexuality too. We could talk about it. This guy is abusing children. He's abused multiple children and grown women. This is a sexual predator. And Donald Trump took to Twitter at the time and said, yeah, I know he's a sexual predator. I know he abuses children, but he's not Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi. He's not weak on crime. He's not weak on the border. He's not bad for our military and our great vets. He's not bad for our Second Amendment. All those things seem like, are you telling me that that the border is more important to you than like protecting children or just holding somebody accountable? You can't find another person in Alabama to run for U.S. Senate that doesn't abuse children? This is why when somebody would like, it's pretty easy to make the leap that Donald Trump is a sexual predator. Because every time he has an opportunity to go after a sexual predator from his party, he winds up backing them. He always downplays their sex crimes. Why do you think that is? Maybe he does it. Maybe he does it? Could that be it? Ty said, did you see Caroline lying about Trump's uncle? Yeah, I'll get to that in a minute.
Being the Democratic candidate, Senator Graham, you have called Roy Moore, called on him to step aside. You said he should be dealt with severely. Do you think the Republican Party leader, the president?
Jocelyn said, happy Friday, Jay. How are they going to explain away Trump's reported medical condition? I'll get to that. Good question, though.
The United States should be telling voters to support Roy Moore?
Well, that's a political decision by the president. He's definitely trying to throw a lifeline to Roy Moore. From a Republican point of view, I don't see what winning. I don't know what winning looks like with Roy Moore. If he wins, we get the baggage of him winning, and it becomes a story every day about whether or not you believe the women or Roy Moore. Should he stay in the Senate? Should he be expelled? If you lose, you give the Senate seat to a Democrat. At the time, we need all the votes we can get. The moral of the story is, don't nominate somebody like Roy Moore, who could actually lose a seat that any other Republican could win. And from a party perspective, we got
remember when Lindsey Graham was so wrong about Republicans? Remember when Lindsey Graham thought Republicans had morals? So he went on TV and he would bash sexual predators, and he would bash Donald Trump. And then he found out real quick, you guys don't actually have morals. They seem to be very, very flexible. That you'll literally throw away all of your morals in order to have Donald Trump be president. Ironic from a group of people who regularly goes after me. What are your morals? Where do you get your morals from? Morals are very important. Yeah, okay. Okay, Republicans, let's keep talking about morals. Remember when Lindsey Graham was like a human being and not just like a dick rider for Trump? What do you think happened, by the way? How did he switch all of his opinions? You don't think there's like maybe some blackmail there? Maybe holding some stuff over Lindsey Graham's head? He just went from like this guy to everything Donald Trump does is the greatest thing in the world. Bean says, I also let my kids curse. It takes all the fun out of it for them. My daughter refuses. Same.
Look long term, not short term. And what I would tell President Trump, if you think winning with Roy Moore is going to be easy for the Republican Party, you're mistaken.
So
Lindsey Graham happened to be right. Roy Moore did lose, and it was a Republican losing in Alabama is wild. But then here's Trump. Trump doesn't listen to Lindsey Graham. Trump decides to go out and he's going to hold a campaign event and he's going to advocate for Roy Moore. See if we can get the load. They're not loading. While this is loading, we'll see if it eventually loads. Just a reminder, we do have Friendly Friday today, so we got about 45 minutes left until we get to Friendly Friday. We've almost knocked out that gift goal, so thank you guys so much for doing that early. Make sure that you are in the Discord if you'd like to join for Friendly Friday, and then no events this weekend. You're not going to see me until Monday. Hopefully, I'll be asleep that entire time. But if you are here for Friendly Friday, 45 minutes, let's knock out that goal there. And are we not going to get this video? This sucks. What's going on here? Let's see. Let's see if I can find a different clip of it. Might just be an internet problem. Or YouTube is down? I don't know what's going on. Let me switch my IP real quick. Might lose you for a second. See if that fixes it. Clear the cookies. I've learned all these new things. All right. This is weird. Is nothing going to load? FBI is blocking my access. Maybe. This is weird. It's weird that I'm still streaming, but my internet doesn't seem to be working. Is YouTube crashed? Jen, are you here? Jen? Did we lose Jen? I missed your super chat, Marty. Let's see. Daily Codes has a 400-page archive of Republican abusers. Oh, damn. Send that to me. Thanks, Marty. I did miss that.
I typically leave the Twitch stream up on a different computer, so when your Twitch froze out, I can hear you.
I have no idea. I mean, I don't know what to do here. I can't get anything to load. Can't get Twitter videos, YouTube videos. You can try a different browser. It is bizarre that everything else is working.
Try an incognito tab.
I'm doing it. See if this will load now. All right, there we go. All right, just had to switch it to a different browser. All right, here's what Trump said about Roy Moore. Sorry about that. Got any jokes? Amy Lynn said, I don't need a book to give me morals. I just know touching kids is bad. Murder is bad. If I need a book to tell me I don't have morals, I'm under control. God damn, that's good, Amy. Yeah, absolutely. That's so good. If you need a book to tell your morals, you got bigger problems. Here's Trump advocating for sexual abuser Roy Moore.
The future of this country cannot afford to lose a seat in the very, very close United States Senate. We can't afford it, folks. We can't. We can't afford to have a liberal Democrat who is completely controlled by Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer. We can't do it. We can't do it. His name is Jones, and he's their total puppet, and everybody knows it. He will never, ever vote for us. We need somebody in that Senate seat who will vote for our Make America Great Again agenda, which involves tough on crime, strong on borders, strong on immigration. We want great people.
It's pretty transparent now that this is like it's almost like he's a different guy now, isn't it? Like this Trump in those days, like he was coherent. It's obviously a different guy now, but that's my problem here. You can't just not put up a sexual abuser. By the way, how'd that strong on borders thing go? Trump ended the term complaining about migrant caravans, and he didn't build a wall. How'd that go? That didn't go so well, did it? How'd all these things go that he was talking about? Not so good. By the way, you got to be tough on crime. They were we're record low, like violent crime during this time period. But Trump had to scare everybody into voting for him. Do you guys know that? I know we've covered it before, but the Republicans that are new here or anybody new here, do you know that we are living in historic low crime rates? Do you know that violent crime is historically low? If you look at violent crime rates, I was born in the mid 80s. And if you think about it, and I say this sometimes to my daughter's mom, that we think that the world is such a dangerous place compared to when we were younger. We think it's a more violent place compared to when we were younger. But it's really not. It's just that we have more access to seeing things. And so we are more heavily influenced by things. The violent crime rate since the 90s, when you look at this chart, it is astounding. This is 91. 758.2 violent crime rate per 100,000. And in 2023, it was the last year I have data on, 363.8. And during this time, Trump was talking about it right here. Excuse me, here. He was talking about being tough on crime here. Yes, you had seen an uptick in crime for 2 years, but we weren't at historic levels of violent crime. We're at a pretty peaceful time in this world. All this stuff that they tell you all the time about how dangerous this world is and the videos that they show you, they're not correct. More access to seeing things is exactly what it is. Yeah. Crime is low because of the cameras. Could be. But this type of fear mongering, when put in perspective, it goes to show you Donald Trump is telling you that you have to have a child sex abuser in office, because if we don't, this violent crime shit is never going to be solved. But it wasn't even something that needed really solving, right? What did he do different? What did Trump do for crime? Here we go. It went down, then it went back up. That's what it does. When did it go up here? When economic insecurity went up. When did it go up here? Economic insecurity, and then it came back down. So we had to. So he just gaslights you, fearmongers you, and goes, "Don't worry about it. This sexual predator will help our agenda. So just ignore the fact that he's a sex predator."
Coming into our country, building the wall, strengthening our military, continuing our great fight for our veterans. I love our veterans.
That's why nobody, regular people don't trust Donald Trump on this. Donald Trump, if anything, the one thing he's been consistent at is covering for sex predators. Historically been consistent on that. And by the way, for those of you who are still talking about Bill Clinton, did you forget the part that Donald and Bill were friends? You forget the part that he was friends with those people about the time they were being accused of these crimes. During those times when Donald Trump was their friend, they were all hanging out together. Donald Trump wasn't this like diehard Republican. He was a Republican or a Democrat, but mostly he was just a rich sex pest, just like Bill Clinton. Tesla didn't fail. He was buried. Free energy is real. Torus fields, radiant charge, atmospheric coils. They know. I think you were commenting the other day. I need to look. I don't even know what, honestly, some of those words mean, so I need to look them up. But I like what you're saying, that the house could power itself, your body could heal itself, food could grow from air and light. They called it impossible because it's unstoppable. That's a fun thing to say. I don't know if I agree with all that, but if you want to send me information on that, I'd be happy to look into it. Let's go here. This was this morning. There was a explosion in L.A. at the sheriff's department. And I was really worried when I saw that this was going to be some sort of attack, some sort of retribution for the ICE raids. Turns out it's not. Here's the story as far as it. If anything's changed, let me know. But when I started the show, this was the latest on this explosion at the LA Sheriff's Office.
We have more details to go with that. Jonathan Hunt, what have you found out?
Harris, we can now report that the preliminary finding on this, and obviously it is a very preliminary finding about an hour and 13 minutes since...
All right, Nicola, I'm already now concerned about you. I take back all of that. I'm already concerned about you. You're right. Bro, you sound like a psycho, to be honest. Or ma'am, whoever you are. Now it's getting weird. Now I don't want you to send me links. I changed my mind.
We have more details to go with that. Jonathan Hunt, what have you found out?
Harris, we can now report that the preliminary finding on this, and obviously it is a very preliminary finding about an hour and 13 minutes since the explosion happened, but the preliminary finding is that this was an accidental explosion that happened when deputies were moving ordnance onto the training facility property. And what I can also tell you, and you'll find this interesting, Harris, is we have seen some up-close shots now from a chopper that has been able to...
Guys, can you mute Nikola Tesla real quick?
Get closer. The back of one of the sheriff's deputies' Chevy Tahoes, there is clearly an explosion scar behind one of those vehicles. The back window completely shattered, and just off to the right of that, we were able to see what appeared to be a medical backpack. So if you look at that, and there's a lot of ifs in this still, obviously, and we are very preliminary in our reporting here, but if you look at that explosion scar where it took place, the shattered rear vehicle, it would appear, the shattered rear of the vehicle, it would appear that those deputies had transported some sort of live ordnance, and then for whatever reason it exploded when they were presumably about to remove it or put it into the back of that vehicle.
Yeah. I just wanted to play that because I thought there was going to be some conspiracy theories, but I don't think there are. I think it's just cleared up. Vicky said, "You're the best, RTP. Love you, Jen. Enjoy your weekend. Stay cute and cool." That's the most important part. Pink said, "Shout out to the left-leaning soy boys who wear dresses and pee sitting down. You make my heart beat in my pants." All right. Ashley said, "Say Roy Moore 10 times really fast. Roy Moore, Roy Moore, Roy Moore, Roy Moore, Roy Moore, Roy Moore, Roy Moore." Did I do it 10? I don't think it was 10. I don't like saying Roy Moore. All these. Okay. Let me jump down to this. This is this wife and her husband were at a Home Depot, and I don't know what happened here. I don't know what led to this. But it picks up as ICE is tackling a man at Home Depot who is a United States citizen. Trigger warning, tough to watch. Here you go.
Leave him alone! What the fuck? Get the fuck out of the way! Why are you gonna face me? He's a U.S. citizen! You're stupid as fuck! Leave him alone! He's a U.S. citizen! Sit back, right there. What are you doing? He's a U.S. citizen! He's brother's a Marine Corps officer! Get off of him! No!
U.S. citizen, Marine Corps. They're not allowed to arrest U.S. citizens. If ICE shows up and asks you for your ID and you run away, they can't arrest you. They can't do that. Like, this is what's so fucking crazy about where we're at in this country now. Is Republicans have gotten to a point where they hate immigrants so bad that they're willing to just strip the rights away of United States citizens. You're not allowed to be detained. You're not allowed to be questioned. There has to be some sort of probable cause. What's the probable cause here? That you look Hispanic? When did we start being a country where at any time the police can stop you and demand your ID without you committing a crime? When have we done? When have we done that? The amount, the millions of dollars that we are going to have to pay at some point for restitution to people that have had their rights violated, that have been physically assaulted by ICE officers. This is going to be multi-million-dollar settlements, maybe billions by the time they're done. This is going to cost us an absolute fortune. Some of these people, I don't even know, like, if the rumors are true that these people are contractors, then that means they're going to be able to be sued if they're independent contractors. What the fuck are we doing? ICE, yeah, exactly. ICE has no authority to arrest. ICE officers now have the power to arrest and detain anyone who attacks them. They've always been able to detain somebody who attacks them. They've always been able to do that. But they can't detain citizens. Either can Border Patrol. That's a good point. Who said that? Just moi? This is sick.
Stay right there. Don't resist! What the fuck? He's a U.S. citizen! He's a U.S. citizen! He's a U.S. citizen! Who are you? Got the turret. Get out of here. Stay back. He's a U.S. citizen! Don't touch me! That's my husband! That's fine. It's fine. Hey, just stay back. He's my husband! But just record.
You just need to stay back. This is an active scene right now.
It's not a fucking active scene! You're fucking Latino! Look at your face! And this is what you're doing? He's a fucking U.S. citizen! No! You fucking try to mace me, you stupid bitch! Back or you be maced! For what?
Look at these guys are such bitches. They are the biggest fucking bitches. Check his fucking identity. Check it. What are you doing? You're screaming at somebody's wife? You just detained her husband for no fucking reason. These guys are cowards. They're bitches. Fuck ICE. Like, you want us to respect the police and you do this? Why don't you guys respect ICE? How about fucking this? How about this? These guys just all get rock hard about, like, detaining and beating on people. The fuck are we doing? This is America? Yeah, why don't you go to other countries and see how you like their freedom? It's starting to look pretty fucking good. Most countries starting to look a lot more free than this one. What? Goddamn, man. Goddamn. Fuck ICE. Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck Republicans. Fuck this. Let's just say that this person was here illegally. Ooh, whoa. Look at all these resources you used to detain one person who was looking for work. Thanks for the hard work, boys. Thanks for keeping us safe, boys. What the fuck? Like, even if this is an illegal immigrant, the only thing you're getting out of this is that, like, you got a bunch of sick fuck Republicans who have something to beat off to now. Oh, yeah, I love that. I love when they go after immigrants. Oh, my racism makes me hard. It's so fucking sick. I'm so sick of you guys. I'm so sick of the cruelty. And by the way, all because people called you racist, which you all absolutely fucking are. You guys called us racist, so this is what you get. Yeah, because you're fucking racist. That's why we called you racist. You're just bitches.
Citizen! No, let me record! No! Get the fuck out of my face! You don't get back! What? What? You don't even know what to say. You're fucking stuttering, bitch. You'll be arrested as well. For what?
Shut up, bitch.
Impeding an arrest. I'm not impeding shit. I'm recording you. Get back.
Look at these fragile little bitches. Is she impeding? Is that part of the test? Like, you go to ICE, like, All right, you wanna work here? Yeah. Are you a bitch? I am. Great, you're hired. Do you want to scream at women? Yes. Great, you're hired. Do you want to arrest people without knowing who they are? Yes. Great, you're hired. Is your masculinity challenged every time somebody raises their voice? Yes. Great, you're hired. If somebody is near you that you don't like, will you mace them? Yes. Great, you're hired. Like, where are they even finding these people? They're giving these guys, these people are making 6 figures. This little bitch is getting 6 figures a year to be a bitch. Oh, we're so brave. All 12 of us took down one man who wasn't committing a crime and wasn't here illegally, and then we screamed at his wife and threatened her. We're so tough. God damn, can you imagine going home at the end of the day as an ICE agent and trying to look at yourself in the mirror? I mean, this bitch probably can't see over the counter, but like, can you imagine living with that every day, going home and telling your roommates, I assume, guess what I did today? There was this guy, and he was a Latino, and so we wanted to arrest him, and then he ran, so we arrested him. Yeah, he was a citizen, and his wife's hysterical now, but all 12 of us took down one guy. Pretty fucking cool, huh?
Fucking real badge! Okay, what's your badge number? Google me. You're nothing, you stupid bitch!
I need you to stay back.
That's my husband! That's my husband! He's a fucking U.S. citizen! Don't be fucking hitting him!
He's under arrest. Hey, move back or you get arrested. I told you.
Fuck you, bitch!
What authority do they have to arrest him? Can anybody, all these MAGA bitches that are here, the dipshit that said God bless Donald Trump, what authority are they using here to detain and arrest this man? Just out of curiosity, can you point to the law that allows ICE to arrest U.S. citizens, detain them, and remove them? Yeah, I'm sorry, Google me. Nobody knows who the fuck you are, bitch. You're absolutely right, that guy. Like, Google me. No one knows who you are. Nobody's ever heard of you. You just look a short little bitch that's out here getting your rocks off 12v1. Like, what's the authority that they're using here? Yeah, you guys, the thing about you guys is the reason you lost is because you all said we were fascists. Yeah, fucking nailed it. Nailed it. You are fascist. You're literally, this is the only difference between the brown shirts here or in Germany and here. Like, it's just a different outfit. It's the same fucking thing. The brown shirts didn't even wear masks. At least they at least had a little more courage. What's the fucking difference here? You have a private police force for the president going and arresting United States citizens. And you guys are like, oh, this is America. This is freedom, baby. God bless the USA. We're free in America. Go to another country where you don't have freedom. This doesn't look like freedom to me. Bad Religion said, I guarantee the people cheering this on also love those First Amendment audit channels. That's what's crazy. I've always felt like a little weird watching those. But I do, like, there's this crossover, like, of people on the right. There is a large fuck the police group on the right. And I've watched enough of these audit channels that, like, this is obviously illegal. I know, reasonable and articulable, a reasonable and articulable suspicion. That's what they all say. These guys don't even have the authority to arrest him. Even if they had suspicion, they can't arrest him. He's a U.S. citizen. He's in a car. They beat on him. They're taking him away. They have no authority. This is fucking kidnapping. None of this is lawful. And yet you sit here and celebrate it and you talk about freedom. America's the greatest country on earth because of our freedom. Can't wait for the ICE prosecutions. Yeah, dude, that sucks. If cops can scan an ID during a traffic stop in 20 minutes, why can't ICE? It's a thing. But even then, like, I'm going to guess when we get the full video of this, they probably tried to stop this guy. The guy probably told him to go fuck themselves, which is absolutely his right to do as an American citizen. They probably tried to hold on to him and detain him, and he probably said, fuck you, and he probably got away from him, and then they freaked the fuck out because they're on a power trip, and they tackled him, and they cuffed him, and they threw him in a car. I probably, like, when we see this, if there's more footage, that's what we're going to get. But where's the body cams? We're not going to get body cam footage on this shit. They're not all required to wear body cams. They can just do whatever they want. How many more stories do we have to come out and firsthand accounts of people being beaten and mistreated by ICE? No body cam, no footage, no FOIA requests. I don't think Republicans understand the depth here. These people are kidnapping American citizens, taking them behind closed doors. Many of these citizens are coming out and saying, they beat me up. They left me without food and water. They abused me. And then our government goes, what's she going to do about it? This is Russia. This is North Korea shit. We're not fascist at all. If you give universal health care, you're a fascist. But if you detain U.S. citizens and arrest them and beat on them without committing a crime, not fascism.
He's my husband! And he's a U.S. citizen! Why are you guys even here? Don't fucking touch me! Don't touch me! Where is he going? Where is he going? That's my fucking husband!
Get out of here.
You guys fucking hit his face!
Get out of here.
No, nobody get the fuck out of here! Why are you guys doing that fucking shit? Thank you! He's a U.S. citizen, his brother's in the Marine Corps. Active duty member! And this is what they're doing! It's gonna be alright, God bless you, bro. Baby, I got you! Yeah. Fuck you, bitches!
Yeah, agreed.
Fuck you all!
Fuck all of you. And you are bitches.
You guys are all traitors! You guys are all fucking traitors!
None of them are citizens. It's a planned and paid for invasion. Shut the fuck up. God damn it. You just like show up. You're like, I'm going to be the dumbest person on the internet today. None of these people are citizens. It's a planned and paid for invasion. There, we did it. I've accomplished it. I'm the dumbest motherfucker on the internet today. Is that what your thought was there? Is that what your thought was, Chris, when you showed up today, just to be the dumbest fucking person here? Danny said, I think these are deputized corrections officers working for ICE. Corrections departments give zero crowd and apprehension training in the field. Watch how they move. I doubt time was taken to retrain. Yeah, like Tom Homan's always like, these are the best people. They all seem to be bitches, and they all seem to be very confused about what they're doing. They have no idea what they're doing. I found this Twitter account, which I'm probably late to the party here, but this is Pablo Reports. From what I can tell, Pablo Reports just hangs around in Washington and asks senators about detaining U.S. citizens and forces them to defend that they're supporting an administration who arrests and detains U.S. citizens.
So, Senator, do you care if U.S. citizens accidentally get detained in ICE raids?
If U.S. citizens?
Yeah, it's been happening a lot. It's been happening a lot with veterans in particular. Yeah.
Well, first of all, don't put yourself in a situation where that happens. Okay. And I'm sure.
Yeah. Shouldn't have been wearing that. Just victim. First of all, I know I'm the government and I know our government is heavy handed. But what I would tell you is that you should just let us do whatever the fuck we want to you. Okay. And if something happens to you, it was your fault. Were you showing your shoulders? Were your shorts a little too short? It's the same fucking shit they do to Donald Trump. Oh, she wanted it. She totally wanted it. Same shit they did with Kavanaugh. Oh, she wanted it. Every fucking time you guys get caught being fascists, you're like, well, you know, if you just cooperated, it wouldn't be so bad. Yeah, that's fascism, bitch. That's fascism.
With all the illegals we have in this country, you're going to probably have some mistakes happen. That's going to happen. But again, as long as we take care of it the right way, understand they are citizens, let them go. But again, if you're going to be hanging around people that are not citizens of this country, some things like that are going to probably happen.
What fucking country do we live in? If I hang around with a criminal, am I going to get arrested? If one of my friends breaks the law and I'm just hanging around with him, does that mean the police get to come in and arrest me? Is that how that works now? If one of your family members breaks the law, do you get arrested for that now? These guys will do anything but give people their freedom. They'll do anything but stop the heavy-handedness. These are fascists. You wonder how it happened in Germany? This is how. This type of apathy. Like I cannot fathom being a United States citizen for almost 40 years now. My whole life living here. I never thought I would see the day that Republicans would be up here being like, you know what? Fuck your rights. Just fuck them. Just openly fuck them.
I think people can do to take care of themselves. Like, you know, how can they do to prevent that?
Don't hang around illegals.
Okay.
Bottom line, because President Trump has said we're going to go after you, and At the end of the day, if you're in the wrong place at the wrong time, something bad could happen.
Got it.
We don't call them Nazis in the chat anymore. We just call them bitches or Nazi bitches. Don't just leave it at Nazis. Okay, you got to add bitches on it. Amy Lynn, Kimmy said, when I deliver things at Quantico, they have a scanner that scans my ID to identify me. Why can't ICE do the same? It's stupid and unlawful. Well, Kimmy, there's the other part of that though. Like if ICE asks you for your ID, you don't have to give it to them. That's the other part of this. And I would assume that's probably what happened. And what they're saying is that you have to allow ICE to trample your rights. That if ICE asks you for ID, you have to give it to them. If you want to, go ahead and give it to them. But you don't have to give ICE your ID. You don't have to give a police officer your ID unless that officer is accusing you of a crime. If they are detaining you for a crime that they suspect you committed. But there, if you just see a brown person, you say, I suspect that you are here illegally. Well, now we're talking about racial profiling. You can't racially profile somebody and use that as your reasonable or articulable suspicion. That's just racism. That's all that is. Also, don't they all hang around Trump? 34-time criminal. Facts. Johnny Longshell said, why would the LA sheriff need this size ordinance? Why would the LA sheriff need this size ordinance? I'm not sure what ordinance you're talking about, Johnny. What am I missing on the ordinance? Sometimes Johnny's like, but I know he's working, so sometimes he's behind. I'm trying to think if I talked about an ordinance. Did I talk about an ordinance? Sorry, Johnny. I have the worst memory. Love you, buddy. All right. Here's Troy Nels being asked the same question by Pablo reports. And Troy, Tuberville at least can speak in like real sentences. I think they need to interview Troy Nels every day. This is like a dumb guy. Tuberville's just like a fascist. He's like a relatively intelligent fascist. This is just a dumb guy. Remember the last time we saw Troy Nels? He had both his hands bandaged for some reason, like a mummy, and he was smoking a cigar because they had passed the big beautiful bill. Looks like those hands have healed up.
Do you care if U.S. citizens accidentally get detained in ICE raids?
Oh, what do you mean, U.S. accidentally?
Well, it's been happening a lot, including to some veterans have been detained.
Well, well, what do you mean detained? I mean,
like they get picked
the
up
fact of the matter is, well, let's just hypothetically say.
Yeah.
Let's hypothetically say they've been detained, right?
Yeah.
And then they're identified as American citizens, and they're released, right? Detained? What do you mean detained? I mean, you know.
Yeah, show them the video. By the way, who said that? Why is the whole world racist when I think you said, whoever said that, like Mexicans don't want Americans in their country. All right, let me just clear this up. If somebody in Mexico says, you are white and therefore I don't want you in my country, I think that is wrong. And if you are a white Mexican citizen and the Mexican police pull you over and they target you because you're white, and they assume that you are in their country illegally, I would say that is wrong. I would say that is racial profiling. Okay? I would say the same thing. I also recognize that all countries have their own laws. What you're doing right now is you're obfuscating. We have laws on the books here, and they are violating those laws, and they're doing it based on how somebody looks. I also want to point out my mom spends half the year in Mexico. She has a house in Mexico. She's there all the time. Lots of white people there. Lots of Americans there. Not a fucking problem. What you're talking about is reports coming out of Mexico City of like some people that are like, fuck you, Americans. Now, American is not a race, right? So the fuck you to America would be like, if they're saying we don't want Americans here, that has nothing to do with race. There is no American race. That would be they hate America and they want them out. Some of them I kind of could get that. I could get that feeling. But if they're being targeted simply for how they look, I would also say that's wrong. So now that I've granted you that, I assume you're saying that what we're doing in targeting people because they're brown would be wrong. Or maybe that wasn't your point the whole time and you're just a racist and you want to point out, like all of you fucking incels from the Andrew Wilson show, that you're actually all just racist and you want to prove that everybody else is as racist as you and therefore racism is okay. That's what I'm guessing your viewpoint is. But if that's not your viewpoint, I think you'll recognize that I'm being consistent here. And I think that if you are targeting people just based on what they look like, that is wrong. If you agree with me, say, yes, I agree with you. If you don't, say, I am just racist and I wanted to prove that other people are racist too.
You get, I think, don't make more of that and turn into detained like they're under arrest. I mean, you get detained on a traffic stop.
Well,
I'm just saying, you're the passenger, you're detained in a traffic stop.
But if people don't get,
spin it more than what it really is. Are you detained for 3 days? Are you?
Yeah, no, in some cases, yeah.
Well,
yeah, no.
Well,
in some cases,
maybe people can't prove that they're American citizens either to have the documentation. So I think you're probably looking at very, very few instances where that can take place. But when you look at the totality of circumstances, I believe what this administration is doing, Tom Home and Christy Nome, they're doing a hell of a job because they're keeping us safe. They're making us. They're protecting the American people.
So let's. Are we seeing like plummeting crime rates? Are we seeing less violent crime now? Is it making a huge dent? I haven't seen any evidence that like when they say they're keeping us safe, what are they talking about? What when they say they're keeping us safe, what data are they pointing to? I haven't seen them release any data yet that says that we're safer. The data I have seen says that almost everybody they're arresting has no criminal history. The data that I'm seeing, it looks like they're not getting very many violent criminals off the streets. Seems like they're spending all their time at like workplaces and Home Depots, and they're not going into the neighborhoods where they have gang violence. Probably because they're all bitches. They're making 6-figure salaries chasing down like working class people that are just trying to go about their day working. That's what they're getting 6 figures for. But they're not going after the violent people because they're fucking bitches. They're cowards. They're led by Tom Homan and Donald Trump and Kristi Noem. How could you not be a bunch of bitch-ass cowards when that's your leadership? Tom Homan, fucking coward. Kristi Noem, fucking coward. Donald Trump, fucking coward. How do you expect to have a group of people who are tough and not cowardly little bitches when all of their leaders are bitches? How do you expect them to function? And they're all idiots, too. That's the other. Tom Homan can barely fucking speak. He can barely read. Kristi Noem doesn't know what's going on. She's just out here playing like dress up. And Donald Trump is an 80-year-old guy that was dumb when he started. He's like an 80-year-old guy who forgot stuff. Cool. Just it's all these dumb people and a dumb guy like Troy Nels is like, hey, you know what? They're making us safer. Based on what? What data are you providing that says that this is actually working? I'm open to it. If you could show me some data that says we're actually safer now, I'm all ears. But I haven't seen them. Release anything that makes me think that they're making us safer. Izzy, thanks for joining the Dollar Train, as well as Tim. Did I read that from Brad? Guess my joke wasn't stream worthy, but my brother-in-law brags all the time about his bust. It's quite disgusting. I thought I read Brad's joke. Hold on, let me go. Brad, I think I read your joke. Oh yeah, that one's not stream worthy. I didn't read that one. I didn't see it, but you are right about that. I love you, brother, but just some things are sensitive, and so I try and be sensitive for that. But it's funny. I'm just not going to say it. I just watched 5 hours of Utah County constituents telling their commissioners that they don't want ICE in their communities. Fuck yeah! Hell yeah, Courtney. That's my hometown. That's my home county. I'm going to look this up. I don't know if we hit the gift goal. We're going to go Friendly Friday in about 8 minutes. Let's look this up, and then we'll end on this because now I'm excited about Utah County. Let's see. Mother. Hold on. Now I got to sign in because I'm using a different browser. I'm going to be so happy if I see some of my friends on this. Do we have any video? Let's see. Okay. So this is right now, packed room in Provo as the Utah County Commission considers a controversial agreement with ICE. Dozens of community members are voicing their concerns, and so far all public comments seem to have been against the proposed deal. I'm just looking to, sorry, this is a waste of your guys' time, but I'm just looking to see if I recognize anybody. All right, what are they saying? No volume here? Maybe that one doesn't have volume. Here we go.
And I'm Sarah Murphy. We're glad to have you here with us tonight. Neighbors in Provo City are upset after Utah County commissioners all voted in favor of allowing local police officers to help with ice removal operations.
Now, some people made their case by invoking their religious beliefs tonight at this meeting. And the heat of it all, one person was even escorted out.
Good luck to the Swiss soccer ladies.
Jonathan May was there for the 5-hour-long meeting, and he shows us more.
Embarrassing.
I'm just here to help people.
You're
out.
about to close public
hearing.
We didn't have to listen to anybody today, Joseph, and you're about to ruin it for everybody else.
Can you tell us?
That sounds like a whiny bitch Mormon if I've ever heard it. The problem that they're going to have in a public hearing is that Mormons, Utah County Mormons specifically, they get really easily offended, and they don't want anybody to say bad words or have emotions. There's nobody softer or more thin-skinned than like Mormon men. If you know anything about Utah Mormon men, we basically had to like get rid of sports within the Mormon church. They used to have a lot more sports, but everybody would fight all the time. In fact, the only time I've ever been punched in the face was in a church basketball game, and I've only been connected on once, but the people have swung on me multiple times. And if you know me, you know that makes sense. I piss people off, so I probably the time I got punched, I deserved it. But that's the only time I've been punched. I can't see your face very well. Oh, well, there you go.
The plan to prevent us from following Germany's game plan to the Holocaust?
I'm an American citizen. All my friends, half my friends, most of them are white. They're the most crime-riddled people I know.
That Book of Mormon that y'all preach about every first Sunday when you go up and testify, who's that book about? That's the book of my people.
That's true. Actually, that's a really good fucking point. So the Book of Mormon, they've changed it now, but the Book of Mormon on the inside, it used to say that the people in the Book of Mormon, the Nephites, were the principal ancestors of I think it said American Indian, I think is how it said it. So not politically correct, but that's how it used to be worded. They believe that the Book of Mormon is the story of Hispanic people. And now they're, get out of our country.
Lehi blessed my people.
Lehi is the name of a prophet in the Book of Mormon, and also the name of a town in Utah County.
Remember that.
Despite the pushback, county leaders and the sheriff say the agreement would not lead to ICE raids.
And I'll just tell you right off the top, I'm not comfortable with ICE raids. I'm not. And I have assurance from ICE that those will not happen here.
Oh, yeah. Trust. ICE won't do it. ICE is lying to you, man.
People aren't buying it, fearing ICE will go against the deal.
If you're doing all this in the name of a 34-time convicted felon, then it was never about following the law.
Sheriff Smith, will you promise to make our community safer with zero ICE raids that scare kids like me?
Sheriff Smith says ICE leaders know where he's coming from.
It's important to me as the sheriff of Utah County that are not only our citizens, but anybody in the county is treated properly. You know, with my deputies, I really preach hard that.
Hey, Mike, shut the fuck up. You support Donald Trump. You don't ever get to talk about people speaking disrespectfully. Shut the fuck up. I am not going to speak respectfully about Trump. I'm not going to speak respectfully about people who are racist. Get fucked. It's crazy. Look, yeah, that's why. You think Donald Trump's ever been punched? I don't think so.
It is important to me that people are treated properly and that their human dignity is not taken away from them.
Both the commissioners and the sheriff agree to pull the deal off the table if ICE is not a team player, which people online feel they are not.
The United States of America, all of our criminals, everyone in our prisons is entitled to protections. We do not torture. We do not, there's a whole list of things that we do not do to criminals.
I just don't want to raise my kid in a world where we're rounding up humans and sending them to a camp in the Everglades. I don't want to normalize that. I don't want them to think that that's normal.
Why don't we build homes? Let's get these people houses. Let's get these people money. That's what they need. They need rights. Thank you.
And if things are happening in this community that I'm not okay with, like ICE raids, then we're going to address those with ICE.
But the problem that you have there, Mike Smith, and shout out Utah County, I'm happy to see that. The problem there is we've seen when people tell Tom Homan no, he tells them he's going to do it anyways. You cannot enter into an agreement with ICE. They are going to break your agreement. Don't worry about the reassurances they give you. They're going to lie to you. They do not care. They've lied to everybody in this country from day one. We're going to go after the violent criminals. Nope. We're not going to go at workplaces. Nope. We're not going to arrest American citizens. Nope. We're not going to deport people without a violent criminal history. Nope. They're wrong all the time. That sheriff has no power. This is just like capitulating to the United States government, and they're bad faith actors. There's no reason to trust that they're not going to overstep their boundaries. Bradley says, if a dove is the bird of peace, then what's the bird of true love? True love. It's the swallow. Thank you, Izzy and Tim, for joining the Dollar Train. I think we're all set. Jen, you want to set up Friendly Friday? Friendly Friday is upon us. I'm out of shit to say. Anyways, Tiger Lady said, "Have you seen the tow truck drivers in L.A.? Love it. I have not. I don't even know what you're referencing there. I'm not sure what you mean by the tow truck drivers in L.A. I'll Google it after. All of them. No citizens have been taken. No, lots of citizens have been taken. That's silly. Hey, Jen.
The tow truck drivers are following around ICE trucks, and if they are parked illegally, they're towing them.
Are you serious? Wait, all right.
Yeah.
All right, now I'm interested. Hold on. All right, while we're set up Friendly Friday, let me look at that.
So if you guys want to join Friendly Friday and you're in the Discord, if you guys want to go hop in and fill up the general voice chat, and we'll get going here shortly.
Okay, I'm seeing it. Okay.
For unmarked vehicles, and they're towing them. There's a group of tow truck drivers in LA that are going around and looking for unmarked vehicles, and they're towing them away.
That's great. That's good. Can you imagine? Get in the car. Where's our car? You're so the luckiest people in the world. World is a multicultural country, but if you knew the real amount of real terrorists and criminals are, bro, Annabelle, we gotta work on our spelling. That didn't make any fucking sense. I'm sorry. I'm sure it was a really good point. It didn't make any sense. Let me hop over into the group chat for the group BC. Oh, Jen, are you over there? No, dragging me over there. All right. Welcome to Friendly Friday, everybody. For any of you who don't know,
citizens.
Let me get rid of that. Don't know what Friendly Friday is. If you're in the Discord, you can come up. And we just talk to friendly folks. We have some friendship at the end of the week. Jen, who's first?
Kirsten.
Hey, Kirsten.
Hi. Okay. So, do you want to know about the whole Annabelle thing?
I don't remember. Yeah, what is that? What are you talking about?
Okay, so Annabelle is a haunted doll that was attacking people. She was known for causing someone to die on their bike. So what happened was there was this tour.
Wait, when you say she's known, like you're gonna have to go back. Where did the Annabelle haunted doll come from?
Okay, it came from a 28-year-old nursing student. This doll was known for moving to different rooms. Ed and Lorraine Warren picked up the doll from the college student and put it in their museum. Ed and Lorraine Warren, as they were coming back home, their brakes were not working. They were slipping and sliding on the road. And they put the doll in the box with salt to make sure that Annabelle can never be removed from the box. Since Ed and Lorraine Warren are dead now, a group of investigative paranormal people decided to take Annabelle on a United States tour. They started in Louisiana. The first day that Annabelle was in Louisiana, the longest plantation in Louisiana burnt down. So after that, the rumor had it that Annabelle was lost. And then another rumor had it that Annabelle was found and she's back in her box. And we just found out that Annabelle, when she entered Pennsylvania, the 911 system went down for like the rest of the day.
What the fuck?
And then in Gettysburg, we just found out she entered Gettysburg and they took Annabelle to a haunted house with this paranormal investigator as her caretaker. to protect everyone by him saying chants and holy water. He entered the haunted house with Annabelle, and the next day he was dead. So
I hate this. This is great. I hate this so much.
Yeah, and to make things worse, here's the thing. I have a history of having nightmares about Annabelle. So last night I had a nightmare about Annabelle, and I was like, why do I have a nightmare about Annabelle? And then I just read the story this morning, and I went white, and I'm like, no, get her out of Gettysburg, because it's a known fact when you enter Gettysburg, the atmosphere is different. I've been going there since I was a kid, about 9 years old. I have plenty of stories about ghosts and everything there. So it was crazy.
All right.
It's just been a crazy day in Pennsylvania.
I'm going to have to look it up after. I appreciate you did well for getting that into 2 minutes. I'm going to look it up. Thank you very much.
No problem. Have a good rest of your weekend.
You too.
Talk
Thank
to you later.
See ya.
Yep.
But,
Bye.
yeah, I think it had originally gone to like Washington D.C. or something like that. I don't, when this whole Annabelle, like the tour around the country started coming around, it was like, why is this? Yeah,
that we need to just have that doll follow around JD Vance. That's what we need. Just test it out.
Maybe he'll run from it.
Oh, that'd be tough to watch.
You didn't ever play that video. I know I sent it to you that one day, but that was a funny video.
Yeah. He may never run again.
He never ran in the first place. All right, Cam.
Yeah, that sucked having him out here. I would, yeah. Just don't follow him to Disney.
Oh, it's this Cam. What do you? Yeah, what do you want?
What's up, Jay? How's it going?
It's going really well. Thanks, man. How are you?
Did you do your math yet?
For the gift goal?
No, for the healthcare.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. I thought old boy might show up today. Yeah, I did it.
I'm surprised you didn't.
It was. It's written down in my notes. It was there the whole time.
That's funny. I was unaware that you were such a Shane Gillis fan. I thought that was. I was like, oh shit.
I love Shane Gillis. Yeah.
Dude,
And my favorite comedian is Norm Macdonald. So him doing the Norm Macdonald joke made me happy.
Oh yeah, I think it's funny that he is like, it is just kind of dumb guy humor, but some of the premises and jokes he comes up with, I'm like, damn, that's actually pretty smart. It's like smartly crafted dumb guy jokes, and I like it because of that.
It's palatable.
His joke about his white cornerbacks joke, you saw that one?
Was that to Tom Brady? Oh no, that's a different one. That's Caleb that did that. Yeah. No, I don't know if I saw that.
It was on his special where he's talking about how Alabama, the University of Alabama.
Oh, how he fixed football? Yeah.
How late they segregated. He's like, dude, they had white cornerbacks.
Yeah.
He's like, that's not a thing anymore. There's like 2 white cornerbacks left, and they're in the San Diego Zoo, and they won't reproduce. Like, it's like, it was so funny.
Cooper DeJean has something to say about that.
Yeah, that came up before he came up, but yeah, I thought that was funny. But having JD Vance here last week though, that was because my little brother works at Disneyland, and he said there was a lot of mess at the hotel. Workers had a lot of mess to clean up in the lobby. It was the couches.
It's tough. Brother.
Anyways,
have a good weekend.
I'll let you go. Have fun.
We'll see you.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, who's next?
Mama.
Hey. Mama,
you're muted.
Thank you. I'm old. Just trying to make Jay feel better,
Thank you. It did make me feel better. I appreciate that.
Well, now he's not necessarily muting himself. He's muting me, and he doesn't realize it.
It's been a while since I muted myself. It's been a good run.
I haven't heard it for a while. Yeah.
Thank you.
Haven't heard it for a while. That's a joke. So I don't really have anything intelligent or witty to say. It's been a long week, and I just can't deal anymore. Why does the Undertaker pay so well?
I don't know.
Because he takes an arm and a leg.
That's solid. That's good dad humor. Thank you.
All right. Have a great weekend.
You too.
Take care of yourselves. Take care of your mental health. It's very important, and to everyone the same. So
I'm with
bye.
you. You too. We'll see it.
Positive impact.
Hey.
Hey, how's it going?
Wonderful.
My life is a little bit better. My son's doing a lot better. I don't know if you remember, but he had jaw surgery and spent 5 days in the hospital. So, but no, he's on the
now?
road to recovery now, and we're home now. Yes,
Okay.
thank God.
Are they concerned about any complications, or do they feel like it's going to be full recovery?
Full recovery. We just met with a doctor yesterday, and they took X-rays and jaw placement, and everything looks really good. So
Good. I was worried about you. I'm glad to hear that.
I know. Yeah, so he's doing better. It was a rough week. But I was the one who sent you the gray canary, and I agree. His delivery is rough and a little bit too intense. But I really appreciated his summary of the Epstein and like all of the connections and everything, and he spits it out in like a short amount of time. So yeah, I don't like the screaming and the intensity, but the facts that he was spitting is what I appreciated.
No, I watched a bunch of his videos. He's really good. He's really good. He'll probably adjust that. I don't know. I also don't blame him for being like upset. It's a weird time right now. Like, cause the weird part about covering like Trump is that you're going to get upset and that nothing's going to change. Like it's going to get worse always. He's just always going to be more cruel. He's always going to double down. Anything that you hate that Trump does, he's probably just going to double down on it. So it's like, it really is hard to not be upset every day. I don't blame him one bit.
Yeah, and I just like that. Sometimes I feel that angry, and so I just I like how he is so fed up with stuff and trying to have other people see like how horrible it is. So, anyways, I just wanted to explain what I liked about it, because sometimes it's like, oh my God, like, dude, like just deliver it in a way that's a little less like screechy,
a little less hysterical. Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah,
I have that problem. I have that problem
Yeah.
sometimes too. So that's fair.
Yeah. So, anyways, keep up the great work. Have a great weekend.
Thanks. You
Take care
too.
of yourself, and I appreciate you guys immensely. All right.
Thank you so
Bye.
much. Have a good weekend.
Swish.
What's up, Swish?
Hello, Double Daddy.
Hello.
Everyone. Hello. Happy Friendly Friday. I honestly wasn't going to come up, man.
Whoa.
That video.
What's that about?
No, I know. I'll say it real fast because honestly, I was at my desk crying. That video was too much for me. Yeah, it was a fucking lot. But I pulled myself together and I wanted to tell you that, how I was talking about the stickers last time, that we were going to make glitchy little bitch, and we took that, like, sort of borrowed that from you. So there's another thing going on, right? I try to do once over the weekend, I do Swish After Dark. And so what that means is that it's an open, we could talk about whatever, but I'm outside on my back deck by the pool, and I live in South Carolina. So all you hear is the cicadas, like when I first start the live, but then the sun goes completely down and they're quiet, and that's when the screaming frogs come out, right? And so that's all you hear. I don't play music. Yes, they are screaming frogs, and they're all over the place. And I've got a ton in my backyard.
What part of South Carolina are you in?
I'm in Columbia.
I love Columbia.
Right by Irmo. So if you look up Lake Murray, I'm like, I don't even know, 2 miles from Lake Murray.
I lived in Columbia.
You did?
Yeah, I love Columbia. We spend every Sunday at the river it's like the coolest river too. It's such a cool place to hang out. I would go fishing in the river every Sunday.
That's awesome. Yeah. I love that. Yeah, there's some good stuff to do here, but real quick, I know I'm running out of time now. I reclaimed my time. Jay interrupted me. So know these frogs, right? So now my subscribers, I said, all right, listen, subscribers, you get to name a frog in my backyard, and I'll send you like a little sort of certificate, like paying $40 to like name a star out in the universe.
Yeah.
So my subscribers, they're sending me names, and then they're like, I want a hat on my frog. I want shoes on my frog. So I'm like, I don't know, man. I could do hats, but with the way their feet are all webbed, I think they probably, I don't know, have to wear open-toed sandals. So.
That's so stupid. That's so stupid.
I want you to know before I drop, I want you to know that whole entire story is true. All of it.
Okay.
You can go to my page and see it, except for me trying to put shoes on frogs.
I'm still going to tell people it's true.
You really should. You guys have a really, really good weekend. I love you as always.
Thanks, Wish. I'm so glad you came up. You made a good decision. Thank you. You made everybody's day brighter.
I am too, and I feel much better. Like, it was really like I almost didn't, and then I was like, oh, he's only got like 4 people in there. What the frick is that about? So I jumped in. So.
Well, I'm glad.
All right, my friend.
Thanks, Swish.
I'll talk to you guys later.
Have a good
weekend. Bye. You too. Bye.
JT, you're muted.
Oh, sorry. Hello.
What's up, JT?
Hello.
Hey, what's up? I know you didn't get to it today unless I totally missed it somehow, about Trump's, I don't know what they call it, that disease? Is it a disease he has?
Did we cover it? Did I cover it yesterday? I think I covered it yesterday.
Did you? All right, I must have missed that.
I think that was yesterday.
Can I get your quick take on that?
Oh, actually, you know what? Yesterday when we did it, I don't think that they had confirmed what it was. What I covered yesterday was just that he was covering up the bruising. I know it was something with his vein. It's like some sort of disease with his veins. Maybe you should summarize it, because now that you say that, I remember I heard about it, but I'm not 100% sure on even what it was.
Well, I am not the right person to ask. I was kind of wondering if you could summarize it. I know it's something to do with the blood flow that goes through your legs. It has trouble like flowing all the way down to your like foot area, so that's why his ankles are super swollen. That's pretty much the extent I know about it.
So this is saying chronic venous insufficiency, while itself is not a direct cause of death, its complications like deep vein thrombosis and pulmonary embolism can be fatal. There you go.
All right. Well, hey, the most transparent administration of all time.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah, they were. That's what they were bragging about earlier. Like, look, they're even telling you his health conditions. It's like, yeah, and he was covering his hand with makeup for 3 weeks, and then you guys were forced to admit it, and they're like, look how transparent we are.
Oh, it's absolutely incredible the spin they take on these things. It's honestly mind blowing how people can fall for this crap.
Yeah.
So. Especially with this Epstein stuff, it's just like, come on, guys. You guys are literally doing everything wrong. Like, going down the list, doing everything wrong. And it's absolutely incredible to see the downfall and the split between MAGA. I don't want to say it's enjoyable, because I know it's a super serious thing, but just the fact that they can't get their story right is absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I think I see what you're saying. Like, it's a bad thing, but like the incompetence makes it entertaining, because like there's so many dumb people involved, and trying to like come together and like have one coherent story when the entire administration is filled with dipshits. It's just impossible. They can't do it. So it is entertaining.
Their one combined brain cell is really working overtime these last 2 weeks. Incredible.
I have it on good authority that brain cell is actually here illegally, though. So I don't know.
Oh, don't you let ICE.
That's what I heard. I emailed Tom Homan about it this morning.
All right, you're doing your civic duty. I appreciate you.
All right, brother. Have a good weekend.
Thanks, JT.
Thank you.
Hey, JT, look at our DMs, please.
Yes, ma'am. Why doesn't Oedipus? I don't know how do you say that. Oedipus curse from Suzanne Webb.
There wasn't an answer. I didn't see.
Okay.
But I was actually wanting to read the other thing.
Yes.
Okay. So we've got a little time left. We've got about $25 left in our gift bowl if anyone wants to help knock out that remaining balance. for the rest of the giveaways for today, that would be awesome. So, I love you. Stop asking.
Hey.
Face slips.
That's right.
All day.
But we love Jen. Yeah.
What's that at the end there? Is that a sheep?
Yeah, that was one of the laughs of my wonderful child.
I love that laugh. That's adorable.
Oh,
That's
so Suzanne gave us the answer to the joke in the chat. So he kisses his mom with that. He kisses his mom with mouth.
I don't know what that word means or who
I don't know
that
who that
is.
is.
So I think that might be like too smart of a joke for me. I'll look it up.
I'm just giggling. All right, I love you. Jay sucks, but we love Jen. Say Jay sucks again. Jay sucks.
That's right. See you, buddy. Have a good weekend.
There we go.
We'll
We got it twice today. Bye.
Oh, I don't know how to say this, but Oedipus or Oedipus is a significant figure in Greek mythology and literature, primarily known as the tragic king of Thebes. His story is famously told in Sophocles' plays. God, I'm saying all this wrong. Where he unwittingly kills his father and marries his mother, leading to devastating consequences. But this is a real Alabama story. The tale explores themes of fate, free will, and tragic irony as Oedipus seeks to uncover the truth about his origins, only discover his horrific actions. All right.
So he doesn't curse because he kisses his mom with that mouth.
Now I get it. That's actually a pretty good joke. Yeah, I like that. There we go. All right.
There was a class I took in college that it was talking about how humor is largely, you have to be knowledgeable on the topic. Something won't be funny if you don't understand it. So.
I'm getting absolutely destroyed in the comments. This is tough.
Oedipus and Thebes. Just so we're all on the same.
Oedipus?
Oedipus.
Fuck off with that. That's crazy. That's not. All right. Oedipus and what?
Thebes.
Thebes?
Yep.
All right. I think I was close on that. All right. What about was it Sophocles? Did I say that right?
Sophocles, you got pretty correct.
Fuck yeah. 1 for 3. All right.
Excellent. Okay, bye.
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 All right. Who's next?
Chris.
What's up,
Don't
Chris?
say it.
Don't say what?
I'll just go on mute.
No, I'm talking.
Dude, fuck that Annabelle stuff. Don't even talk about that shit.
That is not my thing. I was uncomfortable the whole time.
My girl was telling me about that stuff the other day, and I think it was in Texas too. I don't know if she mentioned that when the flood happened, and it was another major event. The doll was in that state when this crazy shit happened.
I hate that. I hate that so much.
First of all, and this thing with the YouTube, that Raging Tomatoes, is that something that is going to be regular, or was that just a one-time thing?
I probably wouldn't do the type of event that we did last night again. I will. There are people that want to debate that aren't going to come here to this channel, like Rob Noor. I'll debate Rob Noor probably over there, but I don't think it'll be very regular unless there's an actual debate that's happening. But I didn't really enjoy last night that much. I was not a fan of that.
I mean, what I took from it though, kind of was it seemed like some of those guys, even though they were most of them were, gone. They seemed like they were listening, and some of them kind of were taking from what you were saying, even though they wanted to argue it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, just the way you lay that out. I love the way you lay out the universal healthcare thing, because it just makes so much sense in a way that other people don't whenever they're trying to explain it on lives or whatever. But I mean, I love the way you spell that shit out, and even those super dumbass ones were kind of getting it. They wanted to be well, yeah, that makes sense, but they have to keep their stupid argument going, you know?
Well, there's also a lot of hatred there towards me. There's a lot of people that just don't want me to be right. So if you can get people to agree with you over there, you've done something, because they really don't want to agree with you. So
that's why I liked it. And I would think if maybe that was something that you did every once in a while, to even just try to get to some of those people, you know what I mean? Even just a couple of them, you could tell things were kind of hitting.
Yeah, well, Sarah knows, I've talked to her about debate style, and they all think that a lot of people over there think that like the Andrew Wilson way to debate is, and I'm just like, I think that's silly. Like, I just want to have a conversation. I don't need these parameters on a debate. I want to have conversation. So she'll set up debates where people are going to be like conversational, and I do think we can have some good nights over there. But the one where it's just like a Q&A, I didn't enjoy it as much. I would have liked it if it was a debate and then the open panel. But let's see, yeah.
That one dude that had his hat on backwards. When you get people like that, make them take their hat off because you know they're bald. They got some fucked up. You should have forced that dude to take his hat off. I kept thinking that the whole time while I was watching.
I was just trying to force him to do math. That's all I cared about. He didn't want to do that.
That was good. But all right, man, have a good weekend, bro.
You too, Chris.
I'm sitting at the office here. I got to get out of here.
Good to see you, brother.
See ya.
See ya.
Nanya.
Who did you say?
Nanya.
Nanya. Hey.
Hi.
Welcome.
I'm in the mall, so it may be really loud.
I didn't know. I didn't know those still existed.
They do,
Nice.
even in Oklahoma.
It's new in Oklahoma.
That's
You
nice.
guys just got malls.
It is a new
Yeah.
thing. Mm-hmm. We're living large now.
Yeah.
I had a question about your debate last week.
Okay.
When you kept saying that there won't be any providers under the universal health care, like what did you mean?
Health insurance providers.
Oh, like the insurance companies.
Yep.
Okay. I'm thinking provider is in a doctor, and I'm like, how the hell does that work?
No, the insurance providers. Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, that's all I want.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good.
Thank you. Bye.
Stay safe.
Always.
Who's next?
Kramer.
Hey.
Hey, what's up?
How are you?
I'm doing all right. And yourself?
Really good.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna come up today, and then you started talking. Well, mostly because I was, as was the case with everyone else. Like I saw that video, and it really, it was very difficult to put into words, like how, like my whole body was tensed up. Like it was very, and it was an upsetting thing to watch.
Yeah.
So, and then you started talking about, how did you say it? Oedipus? How do you say it?
Shit. Wait, let me look at it again. Oedipus. Oedipus, I think, right?
Yeah, right? It's well, so yeah, and I was,
how the fuck is O? Why is the O silent? I just want to know why the O is silent. Don't put it there.
Listen, it's English language. I don't know who made it, but they're having a laugh right now. It just reminded me of like the Freudian slip. You know, when you say one thing but you do your mother.
Oh, shit.
All right, bye.
What a fucking walk off. Am I still saying it wrong? Now I'm getting made fun of.
I don't know.
Somebody said Oedipus. It's oh, yeah. Oedipus. Yeah, I think that's right. In the US, in the UK, it's Oedipus. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on.
Are you broken?
No, I'm just laughing at how you say it. I'm just reading it, like the pronunciation, and then I read the UK one, and of course it is. All right, Jen. Is there anybody else, or are we done?
And I think that's it.
All right. Any last words from you?
So it looks like I think we're just short on the gift goal by like $5-10.
I haven't checked on mine too. I'll read all these after your last words.
Check your Venmos or Cash Apps and
I think we're good.
whatever else.
I think we're all good on that. All right. Anything you want to say
I'm
to the
tired.
people, Jen?
What?
Anything you want to say to the people?
See you Monday.
Thanks. All right, everybody. Thank you so much today. I feel like I saw a lot of you this week. It was a lot of hours, and I appreciate you guys being here. Thanks for helping us accomplish our gift goals every day, and those of you that have been paid subscribers. I hope you enjoyed the events. And we'll take care of we'll get more of those lined up in the near future. Just as a reminder that if you do want to watch the debates with us and not over at Raging Tomato, just make sure a paid subscriber over on YouTube, TikTok, or Twitch, and you can either watch that on YouTube or with us in the Discord. If you want to join the Discord, you can do that by messaging any of our moderators. Jen, do you have something to add here? No? Maybe it's just unmuted.
Devo decided to hop in the last minute.
Oh, hey, Devo.
Are you guys done? I was in a meeting and I thought I'd hop on. Greg, if you're done, I can hop down.
No, well, now it'll be more weird if you just left now. So yeah,
you can have your 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, fair. Is it wrong that I'm finding some joy in what's coming out today?
No.
This is everything I wanted, but I mainly wanted to hop on. I loved the debate last night because I work for one of the big bad health insurance companies.
Yeah.
I know I'm sorry, but they pay the bills. And I work in the business, and my job could be affected. Hopefully, they do something for us. But I work in the business, and I fully support universal health care. So that I know a lot of people were. You said you got feedback that people were bored because it wasn't entertaining enough. Is that what you said?
The Nazis were bored. Our side of the aisle likes this stuff, but the Nazis just want to scream at each other about whether or not women should have rights. So since we didn't get into demonizing women, they were bored.
Okay, because I was going to say I was like sitting there like fascinated, but like I said, it's my industry, so keep fighting the good fight. We'll get there sometime. So I'll let you guys go start the weekend.
Thanks, Devo. Have a good weekend.
All right, bye.
And to everybody else, we'll see you on Monday and every weekday, 9:30 a.m. to 1 Pacific Standard Time, right here wherever you're watching the show. Next week, hopefully, we'll be back on TikTok. We set a record for most days not being banned, and then I fucked that up in a hurry. So we'll be back at, I think on the 25th or 24th, whatever day that is 23rd maybe. That's when we'll get our TikTok access back. In the meantime, we do have merch available in the link tree in my bio, as well as cameos. And mostly, just take care of yourselves. If a lot of this shit's hard to watch, make sure you get outside, breathe some fresh air, drink water, say something nice about yourself, stay cute and cool, and have a great, great, great summer.